presents our nation's colors.
That's probably too loud, isn't it?
And now please welcome Pastor Tim Laurent from Cornerstone Baptist Church as he offers
some motherfucker from some church in South Carolina. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, never let Noah Gregson get lucky and win a race ever again. It was sickening. Enough to make a man want to puke. But a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I'm already over it. So, trucks at Darlington. As soon as I get my fucking stream up on my phone. How do I sound?
Let us pray.
Fantastic. Okay, cool. Cool beans. Sound great. Don't know if I look great. I got bedhead today, but I'm not going anywhere and I'm at home, so what's the fucking matter? Hey, Lori. I hope this goes a lot smoother than the last truck race at Darlington. That was a shit show and a half. So, surely it won't get any worse than that. It's kind of hot in here. And I'm not okay with it. Fucking air is on, but it's hot in here. The fuck is a rampart anyway?
We're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air.
All other countries are run by little girls. Sorry, I'm from Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is the greatest country in the world. All other countries are run by little girls. Kazakhstan is #1 exporter of potassium. All the Central Asian countries have inferior potassium. Borat's a great movie if you've never seen it.
Racing out at Darlington Raceway, you see the truckers getting loaded up into
2 races today. This race will probably be over around 4. Get a little break between races to go get something to eat. And then come back and stream one of the longest goddamn races of the year. I say it every year. The Southern 500 feels longer than the Coke 600 at Charlotte. And I go to the Coke 600. Pocono back in the day when it was 500 miles felt like it was longer than Charlotte. Texas feels like it's longer. Darlington's the same, but at least I like Darlington. This is going to be a crown jewel race, but that's later. This is now. We're talking about fucking trucks at Darlington. Like I said, that race at Darlington earlier this year in trucks was fucking AIDS, so I hope this one's better. Actually, I remember it being a pretty decent race. It just got really shit showy at the end. And 2021 is the year of the shit show, particularly in Cup and trucks. Xfinity, not so much, but Cup and trucks have just had some goddamn disasters. Daytona 500, Bristol Dirt, COTA, Indianapolis Road Course, and in trucks we had Darlington, Knoxville, Daytona Road Course. It's been the year of the shit show. Hell, Gateway was a shit show, even though I barely fucking watched it. That race was a bit of a shit show. So yeah, year of the shit show, 2021. What does Darlington have in store for us today? Today's bet is Austin Hill for the win and $8.50. I'll be rich. Might pay for my food I'm going to get myself later. I'm going to treat myself today. It's fucking Sunday. I'm off tomorrow. I woke up entirely too goddamn early this morning. I woke up at like 6:30. Hey, Michael. I went to bed last night right at midnight and woke up like right before 6:30. So I'm up entirely too early. This is our last Sunday without NFL football until February 20th of 2022. So let's all celebrate that this time next Sunday I'll be sitting here talking to you guys about the Falcons. Why, I don't know. But I am ready to suffer and hurt again. But the good thing is, going into this Falcons season, I have really no expectations one way or another. The team could be dog shit. They could surprise you. They could underachieve. Hell, I think they've got a good shot at overachieving. And overachieving to me is winning 8 or 9 games. Maybe 9. Go 9-8. That last playoff spot in the NFC, Like, I made my predictions yesterday, and I had all 4 NFC West teams making the playoffs. I think they're all that strong. It's funny, the weakest team in the West to me is probably Arizona, but they're so explosive on offense. And yes, I'm talking about football a week early. 4 days early, because Thursday night we get to talk about football. I can't wait. Because it's going to be the Cowboys getting their shit kicked in by a team I hate almost as much as the Cowboys, but it's a win-win Thursday. I'm going to be happy no matter what. I'm going to get to laugh at a team I fucking hate Thursday night. I love those games. That's why I like watching Saints-Panthers games. It's like, yeah, fuck both of these teams. I'm going to talk mad shit to whoever loses. Gonna be a good day. Michael, it's okay to miss yesterday. Noah Gregson won, so we'll just pretend that it never fucking happened. Won by the flukiest of circumstances, but we'll just go ahead and pretend that that won't happen. That never, ever happened.
Race number 2 of the Camping World Truck Series playoffs.
Gateway was a miss. Darlington, expect more of the same.
Oh, yeah, what a sports.
Turn your goddamn fucking license music off. Oh, I got an email about a copyright claim from yesterday. I think another one of my race. Some of the race streams get claimed now. Not all of them, but every few weeks I get one that gets claimed.
Brought to you by Blue Emu.
Turn the fucking license music off. It's Vince Welch talking over it. Cancel out the fact that it's copyrighted music. I'm gonna get fucking copyright claimed, and this video will get blocked if they don't fucking shut up. You'd rather hear me than Vince Welch anyway. So what video got claimed yesterday? I'm gonna look at my email. If it ever fucking loads. YouTube copyright claim. Your video has been blocked. Hold on. Oh, it has been blocked in some countries. Can you tell me what countries it's blocked in? Hey guys, can you do me a favor? Go to my channel and find the 2021 Xfinity Series at Darlington live reaction video from yesterday. See if yesterday's stream is blocked on your YouTube, please. Because it says it's blocked in some countries, and if it's not blocked in North America, I don't give a fuck. But so get this, they copyrighted my stream from yesterday, but claimed it as the Indianapolis road course race. It says, video title, 2021 Xfinity Series at Darlington, live reaction, blah, blah, blah. Copyrighted content, Pennzoil 150 at the Brickyard, NASCAR Xfinity Series replay. It's like, what? So check to see if yesterday's stream is blocked. I won't be able to tell because it's my stream, and I can still see it. Damn, if John Hunter wins, you get 155, and if Creed wins, you get 55. Well. Share the love, buy me wings. Because I think you got a strong shot at winning that money. I really do.
Drivers hope it's a better outing this time around. Look at these finishes. 5 playoff drivers finished outside the top 20 in the playoff opener at Worldwide Technology at Gateway. And some big names in that list. Who's going to bounce back today? Great to have you with us. I'm Vince Welch.
Vince Welch, some bald fuck and some gay dude from Kentucky. Nice yellow shirt, Gaylord. Michael Waltrip.
Back a ways, but what a great day that was, and what a great day it's going to be today, Mike. This track a little bit different, though, than one they raced on back in May.
It's not blocked good.
Made this track even tougher, Vince.
So, my NASCAR stream is probably blocked in Bangalore or something. I don't fucking know.
Today, a hot, sunny day in the south. You can see that patch.
I gotta tell you, if NASCAR ever goes to a streaming service, my YouTube career is probably fucking dead. Because that's when they'll start actually claiming and taking videos down. Because NASCAR's always been good. They'll claim a video, but they won't block it or get it taken down, or it'll get partially blocked. But if they ever go to a streaming service, they will start fucking blocking all my shit.
This is a restart. Late in the race, back in May.
And you'll only be able to see it when it's live. We won't be able to go back and see all those times I was right or all those times I was horribly wrong. Oh, there's Darlington from May. What a shit show.
Intimidated by this place. So we talk about experience all the time here at Darlington, how important it is. But lately, that's not been the case.
Well, Mikey, I'm still a believer. Experience is king, especially here at Darlington. You know, the three guys with the most experience in this race today are John Hunter Nemechek, and of course our two old guys, Sauter and Crafton. Can't leave them out. But the last two races were won by guys with very little experience, right? Ben Rhodes, the first race back to Darlington last year, his first time.
Get these fucking cars rolling so this race will be over at 4 o'clock and I have a couple hours to go eat and do whatever.
To get the lead, to win the race, did things
NASCAR.
that normally veterans do.
Trucks are still sitting on pit road, not fucking moving.
Sheldon Creed last year.
Now they're moving.
He ended up getting the win after making it through.
Fire it up.
Wreck. So I still believe today, in this hot, slick conditions, the way this racetrack is, I think experience is still going to be king.
Well,
That Xfinity race was great yesterday. It's just really unfortunate the outcome.
Of the day, including a newcomer to our team, and we're so glad to welcome Josh Sims to the team. Welcome, Josh. What a great place to make your debut, Darlington.
I'm excited. You gotta love it. And you know what? Matt Crafton says they made a statement with their second place finish.
I like this Josh Sims guy already.
That statement is simple. They know
Put him in the
we are
booth.
here. Now, Crew Chief Junior
Fuck
Jr.
Vince Welch.
said
Put Josh
they
Sims in the
kinda
booth.
Going through the motions earlier in the season, so they had a meeting and they went back to the setup they had in 2016 and 2017, and they have just gelled since then, and they feel like they are a big contender.
Not too late for me to go to Darlington. I could be there in like 3 hours.
Well, Josh, welcome to the team.
Dylan,
We're
where are
thrilled
you?
to have you here and moving
We
forward.
could go right
What's
now
the
and probably
feel-good
make it for the
story
start of the
ahead
race.
playoffs this year? Carson Hocevar, the 18-year-old, is in his first full
Get our
time
tickets at the
season,
fucking gate.
and he's earned it. He told me that back at this race in May, this is where things changed for him. He was paired up with a brand new crew chief named Phil Gould, and together they clicked. They finished third here, and they have been consistent ever since. Keep your eye on the 42, who, by the way, isn't just going for Rookie of the Year. He's going for the championship. Vince?
Yeah, what a great story indeed he has been. It's playoff time. Race number 2 of the playoffs. Who's it going to be today at the track?
NASCAR, where races start at 1:30 but don't actually start till 2 o'clock. So, Michael, are you already looking at NFL bets? So, my Venmo is acting weird. I can't access my payments or whatever. Oh, there it is. They've changed Venmo and it was looking all weird for a second. I got it now. Really should add up at the end of the season just how much money you gave me over the course of a full season of racing. Go all in on the Bucks on Thursday night. Whatever bet you can get on Tampa Bay on Thursday night, go in. Go way in there. Football bets are really like racing bets too, but football, there's so many variables. Not that there aren't in racing. Racing is much more inherently chaotic than football, but spreads and shit like that, like when a team has a big lead, they don't give a fuck about the spread. They start playing that soft-ass defense, and then the other team gets some garbage time touchdowns and closes in way closer than they should have been and jeopardizes the money. Remember that time that the Lions were playing the Packers, and the Packers have pretty much dominated the game, and then the Lions hit a Hail Mary with like 5 seconds left to get within like 3 or 4. And Al Michaels goes, "That is overwhelming." So they get like within 4 or 5, whatever it was, with a few seconds left, and they fail the onside kick, and the Packers win. But it was still like, wow. Like, holy shit. And then I remember one time it was the same way with Kansas City and Washington.
presented
With a
by
garbage time
Louis.
touchdown.
We are at Darlington, race number 2 of the playoffs.
Check out our Camping World track description, Vince. A lot of times the numbers do tell the story, but not when you're talking about this racetrack. You can see the banking is different at each end of the racetrack. Also, the radius of the turns is different. Not a lot of grip, and 3 of the turns aligned in 1. So a lot of things going on as these drivers get prepared for this race today. You can see the race analysis, 147 laps, 200 miles. We're going to go 45, 45, and 57 for our stages. And as we talked earlier, Sheldon Creed was a big winner here in May, and he's starting on the pole today.
Competition caution, lap 15.
They like him any chance they can get him.
Got a Creed, Matt Crafton front row.
Matt Crafton on row 1. Ben Rhodes won here last year, along with Stuart Friesen there. Hocevar,
Should be coming to the 1 to go here.
Austin Hill has won 2 of the last 3 playoff races. And, our playoff drivers all starting in the first 5 rows. 38 will get the green flag today.
Haley Deegan with that strong top 10 finish the last time out. There you see Derek Krause. He contended for a win here at Darlington last year. Tanner Gray looking to get back on track at Darlington after a rough gateway appearance.
Danny Bone and Dawson Cram and Colby Howard making his first start of the season. Ryan Ellis in the 33. There's Parker Kligerman, always gives it a good run.
Yeah, he'll charge up toward the front. Jordan Anderson making a truck start. He's near the back. Clay Greenfield in the 68, rolling off. Shotgun on the field.
Let's hit downstairs. So one more time with the pit reporters, beginning
Tampa
with Jamie.
Bay plus 73.
Michael just mentioned her. Haley Deegan finished 7th at
Lord.
Gateway, and that was not just a big boost of confidence for her, but for this entire team. I talked to her crew chief, Mike Hillman, this morning, and he said they had a big team meeting before that race and said, hey, it's the playoffs and we're not in it, but that doesn't mean we can get complacent. We need to keep working. We need to get aggressive, and we need to work on little things to make us better. So keep your eye on the 1 today on restarts. That's one place that they really want to get more aggressive and make improvement on. Josh?
Well, Dylan Lupton says the 51 truck is the best equipment he's been in. His big concern
Dylan
is he just
Lupton
hasn't
in the
had a lot of
51.
time
Boy, this
in the
KBM truck is
series.
just getting
His
passed
last race
around
was
from
at
waist to
Phoenix
waist
last
this year.
So he said for the first stage, he's really going to be cautious until he can get his feet under him. But his most important thing is to represent himself well, guys.
All right.
Trying too tough to tame.
Creed,
Somebody's
Crafton,
gonna tame it
Rhodes, and
today.
Friesen.
Who is it going to be? We are green at Darlington.
Creed clear for the lead already from the inside line.
Creed quickly to the point.
Here they come through the patch.
Rhodes moves up
Sure they'll mention that about 900 fucking times today.
Off that 99 truck, and that's not too unusual, Todd. They've got these
Crafton holds on to second.
dynamically fit. Tight radiuses around
Just
those
cleared
tires.
Ben
This is
Rhodes down the
rubbing.
back.
The tires have low pressure.
Exactly.
Nemechek's already up to 4th.
Low air pressure, but it'll come up.
Yeah, Nemechek's coming, but he's 4th, and we just finished lap 1. 3 wide. Oof.
Hey, when they go through that repave in 2 for the first couple of times, an attention getter for them, are they trying to feel
Nemechek going for 3rd on Rhodes. Big run off of 2. Almost ran up into the side of Rhodes. He's going to make this pass real easy. Yeah, it's a John Nemechek kind of day. Ooh. That truck went way up in the center of 3 and 4, and it let Rhodes get back to his inside. Side draft down the front. This straightaway is still long enough for side draft to matter, but he clears Rhodes now into 1. Your favorite driver's in 2nd, but not for long because John Hunter Nemechek is flying.
All the others with the yellowish background are playoff drivers and still in the hunt. Remember, the first round of the playoffs, 3 races at Gateway a couple of weeks ago. Of course, this one in Darlington, and then September 16th at Bristol, and then we will eliminate 2 of the 10.
Those drivers in yellow are green with India. Green.
You're not going to be saying those things all day long, right? I mean, get that out of the way.
I just love racing at Darlington. I mean, it's just what NASCAR is all about. You said it so well in the opening. Nothing says NASCAR better than being in Darlington, especially Labor Day weekend.
I think the first round of the playoffs is the hardest round in Cup. Darlington, Richmond, Bristol, Talladega, and the Roval, and that one round is harder for different reasons. But man, Darlington, Richmond, Bristol.
The only issue
and Cup. That's a tough first round.
Going out of the new pavement and right here coming off the new pavement, it's really rough and there's a bump there. That was the only issues they had. Lots of gripping.
I'm wondering about where you get down underneath the new pavement because you see.
My pick is not even in the top 10 right now. Austin Hill is 11th.
The right side's on the new pavement and the left side's on the old pavement.
I would take 2 in the new over 4 in the old.
Absolutely.
Any point in this racetrack, I just look forward to seeing that dark part of the track and thinking, okay.
Why is it so hot in here?
Talk to Austin Dillon, who raced that Xfinity race yesterday, Todd, and he said whatever your truck's ailing, that part
10
of the
more
racetrack
laps till the
is
competition
fixed.
caution.
Your truck is fine.
Crafton going for the lead. Nemechek's right there with him, though. The moment he gets side by side with Creed, Nemechek's going to pass both of them.
Taking a run there at Sheldon Creed.
So hopefully Crafton will get over here and get underneath Creed, and then Nemechek will take him 3 wide. It'll look really cool.
Creed has now led in 8 straight
Nothing off of 2 for
playoff
Crafton. That was a good turn 2 for Sheldon Creed.
last 4 playoff races. I mean, this guy, the postseason is his season. I love that.
They repaved turn 2. They said the track was coming apart over there.
He said we're back. Likes the setup in his truck.
I couldn't tell when I was there in the spring, but they said the track was starting to come up. Hey, if John Hunter wins, I get $10. Well, all right. I'm pretty confident I'm going to get $10 here in a little bit, because here he goes for second.
Junior Joyner's a smart guy, and he realized that they just
And there he goes.
had the speed that they're
Nemechek into second.
decided to go back, look through the
Got 7 laps to run down Creed for this lead before the caution.
I talked to Matt a couple weeks ago, and he said that Junior's really worked hard on it. Obviously,
Catching lap traffic already.
and running well right now.
John Hunter Nemechek now into that second position. Nemechek led the most laps here when we raced in May and was on the front row for that restart late in the race when everything went to heck in a handbasket. Yeah,
Heck in a handbasket.
15 or 16 others.
Vince Welch is afraid to say hell
Got away. They had
on
the top of the
television.
truck that day and did not win the race. So it was a little bit of a
Remember Al Michaels' Harvey Weinstein joke? That was still the greatest moment in Sunday Night Football history. And we got a lead change, maybe. Oh! Nemechek got loose
That was a nice dive down into turn
underneath
3, but
Creed.
Couldn't quite close the deal.
That's the fucking move Harrison Burton should have made on Noah yesterday instead of just wipe him out instead of pussing out like he did.
When we left there with the way Creed
Ooh,
performed,
Creed got a big bobble there in 2.
team has shown with all the success they've had lately.
Nemechek's got a big run down the back, going back to his inside again, going to 3. This will be easy.
But now they're battling here.
Drives in harder, clears Creed by a mile. Slide that bitch up in front of him. There you go. 10 laps in, Nemechek's got the lead.
is our new leader.
That's one thing that all year
Even though I'm going to win money off of him, I'm about as enthusiastic about Nemechek leading this race right now that I was Denny Hamlin yesterday, because I know what it means. Yeah, that's a wrap, Robert.
here we are, 11 laps into the race.
So what are we going to do for the next hour and a half?
Tires are hot, and here he is taking the lead and pulling away from Sheldon. And this is his strong.
Ooh,
Seems like
4 laps to get that competition caution that nobody's going to pit for.
In May, you saw Eric Phillips there, the crew chief.
Crafton going for second. Crafton's got a pretty good truck. Not as good as Nemechek, but pretty good. He just passed Creed.
The second position.
Creed looks really loose. Yeah, the truck was back in
Oh, look at this lap truck. Oh, my Lord.
3 and 4.
Who is that?
Two positions.
That's Norm Benning. What a surprise.
Listen to his throttle. Wide open off turn 2 as we expected. See what he struggles with down here in 3 and 4.
Competition caution coming at lap 15.
Are they actually going to stay on the race until the comp caution?
Yeah, the 2 trucks
They didn't go to commercial at lap like 8, so wow, how nice of them.
So they're hoping to get that adjusted. And moving over to the 50,
Sorry, Robert, I went with Chase Elliott today
loose through the center right now. So
because Chase Elliott should have won Darlington last year, and he had a strong car in the spring. They just didn't have anything for Truex or Larson, but he was so strong in traffic, and that means a lot at Darlington. You're going to have to pick your way through a lot of shit. It's narrow.
Is an adventure.
Chase in the early part of that race, I was like, damn, that car's good.
Running some really solid lap times
But if they
here
put the
early
whole
in
race together, I think it's going to be hard to beat today.
I don't know what's going to. They're going to have the competition caution you mentioned, Vince. It's
You guys want to know how stupid Kamikaze Games is? He was telling me on Twitter that Chase Elliott needs to learn how to win on an oval. So now, winning on a road course disqualifies you from being a good driver because Chase did it. He needs to learn to win on an oval. And I said, well, last time I checked, he won on 2 ovals to win the same championship that Martin Truex Jr. won. But
No way.
yeah, he told me that Chase ain't good because he can't win on an oval, and he just wins on road courses because Hendrick's road course program is better than everybody else. Has nothing to do with the fact that he's a fucking wheelman and a beast of a driver. No. Yeah, that whiny bitch Kamikaze got butthurt at me on Twitter because I called him on his bullshit.
How to make their trucks better. And we spoke of the grip bits through turn 2.
Chase Elliott says he needs to learn how to win on an oval. Oh, okay. He only excels on the one racing discipline that requires more talent and skill than any other, but go on. We'll just say it was the car. And we have a caution. Competition caution. I almost opened my mouth and said something to Kamikaze yesterday, but I'm just going to leave it alone. He posted about, he made a Brian Vickers video, and he said he's really proud of it. And I was about to say, well, he's a shit driver, so I'm assuming you're a big fan of Brian Vickers because you love shit drivers like Casey Mears and Michael Annett. He really likes bad drivers, so I'm not surprised if he's a Brian Vickers fan. Oh, yeah, DFS, me too. I'm surprised he didn't make a video right after Daytona last Saturday when we had our little exchange about how stupid Chase Elliott fans are. I was just trying to pull the string on him to get him to do the thing where he screams and shouts at the camera. Come on, Kamikaze, do the thing. Scream and shout at the camera about nothing that you know anything about. Just scream and rant incoherently and don't make any good points like you usually do. Just scream at the camera. It's very funny. Very entertaining while you do it.
Because windshield's so big, you really get a sense of what it feels like to be behind the wheel.
I could have said Chase Elliott's got more championships than Mark Martin, but he knows that.
Back at the cockpit in the driver's office. How about Matt Crafton? He's looked good.
Used to, it was like, man, Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart, all these road course racers, they're so good. But now it's Chase Elliott. It ain't that good. Win on an oval, would you? Like, does he realize how fucking stupid he sounds when he says shit like that? Holy shit, we got trucks going to pit road? What? I didn't think anybody would pit here. Creed Road, Zane Smith, Enfinger, Sauter. Is that the 18? That's surprising. According to Kamikaze, Chase Elliott's a worthless, no talent piece of shit. Wah, 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 wah. It's like this dude hated on Jimmy Johnson. He obviously has no fucking indication of what talent actually is. Why didn't Casey Mears get Dale Jr.'s ride, even though it was Mark Martin that stole Casey Mears' ride? Michael Annett. Martin Truex is the best driver in NASCAR. He went 6 years without a win. Yeah, I heard about Chase being on College Game Day yesterday.
And we'll have the restart.
Yeah, Kamikaze, he subtweeted me after we had our little exchange last Saturday night. He subtweeted me after, Chase Elliott fans are just the worst. And I'm like, you know an awful lot about a race and a series that you claim to not fucking watch anymore. That's what pissed him off, because I called him on that. I said, I thought you didn't watch anymore. What the fuck are you talking about this race for? Chase Elliott this, Chase Elliott that. You don't watch NASCAR anymore, remember? And because you don't cover NASCAR anymore, nobody fucking watches your videos. He gets about as many views as I get. I've been doing streams half as long as he's been on YouTube, and I literally get as many views as he gets because he doesn't talk about and scream about NASCAR anymore because that's all people want to hear him do. But he'll still talk about it on Twitter even though he doesn't watch anymore, guys. Kamikaze doesn't watch NASCAR anymore. But he knew everything about that race last Saturday night and everything about Chase Elliott's current season and career. But he don't watch anymore. When I don't watch something, when I say I don't watch something, I don't watch something. It's like WWE. I mean, I used to be a big wrestling. I mean, I'm still a big wrestling fan, but I used to watch WWE years ago, and it's like I didn't watch SummerSlam. Wrestling is so ingrained in my life. It's all over my social media and stuff, so I see things about it, but I don't watch WWE. And when I say I don't watch it, I mean I don't fucking watch it. I couldn't tell you who the fucking champion is right now. Who's the fucking... Who are the champion? Okay, Roman Reigns, and who's the other? Who's the other champion in WWE? I don't know. I just know they've got the belt on Roman Reigns so he can break CM Punk's streak. That's the only reason he's got it. They want to be able to say somebody held the belt longer than Punk. Roman Reigns promo-wise is a lot like kamikaze videos. Just pull the string on him. Get him to yell and scream. Entertaining. Surprised he hasn't gone back to covering NASCAR. Like I said, nobody fucking watches his shit anymore unless it's a NASCAR video. Ooh, you got to work during a pack. Oh, God. Working on Sundays is non-negotiable for me. Fuck that. Just fire me. I'm not working on Sundays. Fire my ass. That one of the 2 off weeks we had after New Hampshire, I worked on a Sunday morning, but that's it. They begged me to work on a Sunday morning during the off weeks, and I was like, ah. So I did.
You can see the black marks. It's still round, so you're still trying to...
I can't believe we had trucks pit there. I'm stunned.
When you hit that pavement, that transition, and hit that bump, you're going from a grippy part of the
Austin Hill dropping to the rear. I'm assuming it's a penalty.
That's what makes it
Too fast entering Austin Hill.
Too fast entering penalty during that pit sequence. Go to the back. Losing some big track position as he pitted from 10th. Still got a good amount of racing left here in
Chase Elliott's one of those guys who's a lot like Kyle Larson. You just watch the way he drives. And Chase and Larson are so good, but they're so different. Chase is so smooth with the way he handles a car and gets around a road course, but Kyle Larson's fucking wild, hanging it out, running a high line everywhere. Great in their own ways, but they're just two guys you can look at how they drive a car and be like, damn, they're different than a lot of the other guys out here. In the way that, like, Kyle Busch is different. I think Brad Keselowski's another one in that category. Kurt Busch, Ross Chastain. Crafton spins the tires. Big push on the inside from Hocevar to Nemechek. Hocevar got such a big run, he's shot to the outside of Nemechek, but he can't get to him going to one. Nemechek's already clear. Thought he was going to get to his quarter panel going into one. Couldn't quite get there.
Hocevar took advantage of Crafton's restart struggles and jumped into position.
Josh Berry got a little sideways on for turn 2 there.
Oh, yeah, Josh Berry's in this race. I always forget when he's in a truck race.
3 wide at Darlington.
I wonder if Kamikaze's going to start hating Josh Berry next year when he starts winning because he drives for Dale Jr. or something. I don't know. Because he'll actually be a junior motorsports driver that knows how to win races. And we all know he doesn't like people that actually win races and perform well. We got a caution. Debris on the racetrack. And it's off the 12 truck. Well, that grinds this race to a screeching halt yet again.
With an issue.
That looks like a part of a dry shaft to me. Yes, sir.
Well, you need that, don't you?
Hocevar wasted no time jumping up to the outside in front of him.
That kid is so impressive.
Do you remember, you guys hear Kamikaze's one theory? And I'll shut up about him in a minute, but I just thought this was funny. He was talking about Mark Martin at Hendrick, and he said they sabotaged Mark Martin's career and gave all of his good equipment to try to revitalize worthless Dale Jr. And it's like, nah, Mark Martin actually just got old and didn't perform his last year or two at Hendrick. Sorry. They captured lightning in a bottle in 2009, and Mark Martin is one of my all-time favorite race car drivers. But no, Rick Hendrick did not sabotage Mark Martin to help Dale Earnhardt Jr., okay?
99.
Last time I checked, Steve Letarte was never Mark Martin's crew chief, you ass.
I'd rather be Creed's back end than Rhodes.
Yeah, damn.
Rhodes, the damage that Rhodes probably.
How about, I don't see any front end damage on Creed.
Absolutely. See if we can pick up Ben. There he is with the 99.
But Ben Rhodes has a big dent in the front. It looks like it didn't hit the radiator, but it's right on the radiator. He's lucky to still be running.
Absolutely. That's a lot of drag if you let it go. And not to mention, really take a chance of breaking that hook.
Tough scene there.
Coming up, so
I don't like. Ben Rhodes is a guy I don't like as much as Noah Gregson. Noah Gregson and Ben Rhodes can go fuck themselves. Oh no, Kamikaze likes Matt Kenseth because he killed Joey Logano that one time. That's why we all like Matt Kenseth. He likes Matt Kenseth. You'd be surprised at how much me and that idiot agree on some things. We both hate Noah Gregson. We both hate Ben Rhodes. We both love Matt Kenseth. We love Mark Martin. We love Martin Truex.
Then finished second in May. Expected to be a strong contender for the win today, but a little front end damage on that 99.
But his opinion on anybody that's actually popular, usually garbage. Fucking Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, I fucking hate them. Dale Jr. ruined Casey Mears and Mark Martin's career. Spoken like a guy who doesn't know what the fuck. It's spoken like a guy who just started watching racing like a few years ago. Ricky Rudd, oh God. I probably would have hated Ricky Rudd back in the day. Probably would have hated him. But Ricky, by the time I started watching, was very endearing. You know, he'd been around for a while. When I really started watching full time around like 2000 or 2001, whatever. I remember watching races in the late 90s, but I was like 4, you know. But I would say my NASCAR watching career began in earnest around 2000. I was 6 years old. I remember Atlanta that year with Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt. I remember Dale Earnhardt's last win. I remember Atlanta when Jerry Nadeau won. I got caught up on the Dale Jr. download a few episodes this week. I listened to the Jerry Nadeau episode and loved it. That podcast is money. Who has worse takes, NRF or Kamikaze? Because NRF has some pretty dog shit takes on Twitter. He makes decent content on YouTube, but he's got Kamikaze beat there. At least his content is like well made, well thought out, and polished. It's just his Twitter takes that are garbage. Or Kamikaze sucks at both, so go NRF. You win one battle between those two. You're both stupid, but you're stupid with some effort and some goddamn production value. It's a bit ironic with a Casey Kane fan saying Kenseth sucks when Kane finished second to Matt Kenseth like 9 million times. Remember 2013? It was like Kane versus Kenseth every other week. 2013, low-key, had some good moments. Not a lot of people. I think that year gets forgot because it was another Jimmy Johnson championship year. And we were just like, oh, God damn it. Like, Tony won 2011, Brad won 2012, and then Jimmy won 2013 in very anticlimactic fashion after Matt Kenseth had such a great year. And people just kind of forgot about 2013.
Hey, September 11th.
And they didn't like the next gen car because the quality of racing wasn't not nearly as good as 2011, 2012.
20th anniversary of the day.
And then 2014 was so goddamn good after that. That's why 2013 gets forgotten. But I went to the Coke 600 that year and had a great time. Them cars were fast, buddy. Fast. That was like the most I'd ever noticed just how goddamn fast they were going at Charlotte, the 2013 Coke 600.
And Matt Crafton has some extra motivation today, and that's all because of what his daughter Elodie did last night. Check this out. In the cadet feature at Millbridge, you see her in the 88, and let me tell you, she was running that thing, and she's able to come away with the victory. And then afterwards, she told her father, now that I won this weekend, you have to go out and win. So a little extra motivation. He can't let her down. Crafton knows he has to get the win at Darlington today so he can look his daughter in the eye later on today, guys.
Hold on to your hats. Derek Kraus is in the top 10. Bad things usually happen when he's in the top 10.
She learned from the best of them. It's so much fun to go to Bill Bridge and watch many different teams represented at Millbridge?
Caution 12 here, Tate Fogelman. That's why we're under caution. Park fell off the.
That's
there it is, Mikey. The other half of the dry shaft we were looking at.
You see part of it flying through the air there as well, so
Make sure you don't hit that.
The closest I have to a favorite driver right now is going to be Larson or Elliott.
Is cleaned up, and we're getting ready.
It's hard for me. I can't. There's not one driver that has my like undying love and support,
restart when you choose. You're
like the
gonna
Earnhardt
want to
Jr. years or whatever. But like Larson and Elliott driving for Hendrick, it's like I'm a big fan of both guys.
Can hang with you. The odds of him beating you.
I don't know. It's a little early for the Derek Kraus Demo Derby, but when he gets in the top 10, I start paying attention to where he's going and what he's doing. He's made a lot of dumb fucking moves this year. 3 wide in the middle there, Derek Kraus. Wasn't really his fault. The 18 went wide, and he shot through the middle to get between him and the 51. Takes the spot. Nemechek just clears Crafton over in 2 to hold on to the lead. Whoa, the 9 truck just spun off a 2. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Everybody gets through. And we have a caution again. Colby Howard in the 9.
Great job.
Didn't realize that's who was driving the 9 today.
Well, he's got a flat left front too. I think
Well, maybe they wore holes in them.
I think that we might have flattened all those during that spin there. He was running 13th, and I'll tell you what, Vince, you're not going to spin at Darlington. Well,
He was 4 wide with Zane Smith, a racist guy, and the 15 truck, and then came off a 2 and straddled that apron and spun out. Straddled the apron and banking.
Being able just to slide by the outside.
Oh, these cautions are grinding my day to a halt.
Gather them up right there. Austin Wayne Self and Tanner Gray were there on the outside of Howard.
And you can't
Well, DFS, I don't drink, but if I did, I would always drink Budweiser just because it reminds me of the good old days.
Where's he at? Where'd he go?
Build some shit with your DeWalt tools while you drink some Budweiser.
Howard making his first start in the series since 2019. He's been running in the Xfinity Series for JD Motorsports.
Well, that's a good feeling, Vince, when you can spin at Darlington and all you need.
Love the paint scheme on that 9 truck.
3 wide at Darlington.
Good to see that he didn't hit anything. Oh, he stalled it coming out of the pits. Now it fires off.
Everybody did a great job right there. Nobody getting any the other guys. He doesn't even have a scratch on that thing.
Nice work.
Bet his heart rate went up a bit.
Oh, yeah. It'll get your attention. That's for sure.
Well, unfortunately, another caution, but the good news is we get another restart. And that is where the excitement, boy, every single race, regardless of where you're at, especially here at Darlington, but I guess the one driver, not just the one, but the drivers that don't want these cautions are the guys that got the fresh tires, right?
Yeah, I've got my guys I'm biased for or lean towards. Chase, Larson, Chastain, Blaney. You know, they're the ones that come to mind. And Byron and Bowman just because they drive for Hendrick. I do like Bowman quite a bit. Byron's kind of dull to me, but I do root for him a lot.
Right now, Creed is right there back on the tail end of the top.
Allmendinger. AJ Allmendinger's a longtime favorite. That's why I love seeing him do so well right now.
We were here in May. We had a record 12 cautions, Vince. We're already up to 3 here today, so we're trending.
We're on pace. On pace for a new record.
Yeah, we had 6 in the last stage, though. So Nemechek, Crafton, Osavar, Friesen, Todd Gilliland, all playoff drivers in our top 5. As far as the deepest running playoff driver, that's Austin Hill. He's back outside the top 20. Remember, he had the pit road speeding penalty. So coming now to the choose zone, you'll select the inside.
We're going to restart with 15 to go in stage 1. The eternal stage 1 that never wants to end. I think every driver has toxic, well, not every driver, but Chase Elliott fans, toxic a little bit. Joe Logano fan, although I kind of feel bad for Logano fans. They know their guy's a dickhead. Kyle Busch fans used to be, so there was like a period of time, I would say from like 2008 to 2011, where it just felt like Kyle Busch fans were the worst. They were so fucking toxic. Now, Kyle Busch fans are pretty laid back, pretty quiet. They know everybody hates their dude. So they just kind of keep themselves to themselves. There's no real toxicity. I don't know if it was the Dale Jr. Kyle Busch thing or what that brought that out, because Dale Jr. fans are pretty bad too. But and Larson fans to an extent, particularly the Larson fans that are happy that he said the N-word and got away with it. Those kind of dudes. I think Kyle Larson's their hero because he said the N-word. You know.
Drivers can be very critical of other drivers. I mean, that button on the steering wheel you use to speak with, you feel like you are.
Matt DiBenedetto fans are just fucking in denial. They've been the target of my ire recently, especially after last Saturday night, when that dickhead in North Dakota had to open his fucking mouth and say something stupid to the point where I finally had to speak up and say something. Brandon Jones, by far, is the worst driver to win multiple races. By far. By far. Noah's better than Brandon Jones, but I don't really care for Noah, talent-wise or personality-wise. 15 to go, stage 1. I feel like I'm going to lose my voice before the end of the truck race, and I got a whole cup race to do after this. Crafton slides up in front of Hocevar to cover second, opens the door for Friesen there on the bottom. They make it off a 2 this time, even the back markers. Friesen, no. Crafton shuts the door going to 3. I should get 10 cents for a stage win from John Hunter. You're right, DFS. Not all Republicans are racist, but about 95% of all racists tend to be Republicans. I wish they didn't take down the fucking shed over the backstretch at Darlington. That'd be a nice place to sit. Remember, there used to be like a shed over the seats on the backstretch coming out of what is now turn 2, but what used to be turn 4. So your gay co-worker thinks balding men that look like they have pubic hair on top of their heads cute? That's interesting. Oh, Zane Smith put Derek Krause all up in the wall. Well, that's Derek Krause. He kind of probably deserved it.
Krause was inside the top 10 at the moment, or at the time, and he has now slipped back a couple of positions. He's running.
Parker Kligerman's in the top 10. Sheldon Creed in 6. Remember, he's got fresher tires. He pitted at the competition caution. I know he's one of the ones that did. He's up to 6th.
Afraid of that tire rub. Maybe thinking about coming to the pits.
Rhodes moves past Self for 11th. Creed now working on Hocevar for 5th.
Interesting.
10 to go in stage 1.
Runs these last 10 laps. He was really loose earlier. Got a couple guys coming behind him that have fresh tires as well, in the form of Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, both those guys back there. Jamie, what's happening with the 18 truck?
Yeah, Chandler Smith's been running anywhere from 6th to 8th. He's just sliding the right rear too hard. They're going to want to fix him up in about 10 laps. And last time we were here at Darlington, they felt like they really needed to improve between turns 3 and 4. So yesterday, Danny Stockton, the crew chief, and Chandler walked on foot during the race and stood between 3 and 4, getting a different perspective, seeing different things, different lines he can do to improve today. So far, he's been good. They just need that truck.
Nah, I'm not a rap music fan really at all. The extent of my rap music listening life would be in the GTA games. Like, there's a lot of rap in the GTA San Andreas soundtrack that I'm like, damn, this is actually like listenable. This is good shit. That's the best compliment I can give any rap song. It's worth a fight. I'm like, yeah, this is listenable, which is rare. I'm very picky about music anyway, but I'm not a rap guy at all. So I'm surprised that these tires don't seem to mean as much as they did in the Xfinity race. They don't appear to, anyway. Sheldon Creed's 5th. Ain't nobody got shit for Nemechek today anyway. It would take tire strategy or some unforeseen act of God, which in the Truck Series and the Cup Series this year, we've seen plenty of those. Oh, I forgot when I was listing off the shit shows we've had this year in Trucks and Cup. I forgot about the Cup race at Kansas. That was bad. Oh, man. Gilliland tried to shut the door on Creed to the outside, and now they're 3 wide. Zane Smith, Gilliland, and Creed is flipping off Todd Gilliland as they go into 1. He didn't like that. Gilliland tried to shut the door and squeeze him into the outside wall, and he relented at the last second, and then Zane Smith passed both of them. So that pissed off Sheldon Creed. Hey, I don't get offended if somebody doesn't like my kind of music or a band that I like. Everybody's got different taste. If somebody's like, I don't really like that band, fine. Don't say, oh, that band sucks. It's like, well, that's not really up to you, is it? Because I think they're great, but if you don't like it, it's cool to not like something. That's why I couldn't understand being like overly critical and harsh about like movies and shit. Like, and the perfect example of this is Star Wars, right? People love Star Wars. Then why do like 85% of the people I see talking about Star Wars are just talking about how much they fucking hate Star Wars movies? It's like, how did we love Star Wars to begin with when all people do is talk about how much they hate the movies? It's like, aren't the movies Star Wars? I came to the conclusion, and this is totally random. I don't know how I got on a Star Wars tangent, but here we go. I came to the conclusion that like every Star Wars movie sucks and is stupid. Every one of them. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. They're all stupid, but I love them. I love them. There is not a single Star Wars movie that isn't fucking retarded. But I love Star Wars so fucking much. I love that world. I love that universe. The mythology, as inconsistent as it may be. It's like, I love Star Wars. But if you're going to talk shit about one movie, you got to talk about all of them because they're all pretty fucking stupid. And yeah, I heard he made a Brian Victor's video. Saw it on Twitter yesterday. Haven't watched it. I might give it a watch. See if he talks out of his ass any more than usual. He's usually pretty good on those kinds of videos about not completely spewing bullshit. 2 to go, stage 1. Nemechek by almost 2 seconds over Crafton. Zane Smith made that daring 3-wide move to get to 3rd. Friesen 4th.
Yeah, Todd and I were watching, and he just didn't get the adjustment he needed to get that looseness taken care of. So we'll have to look at that. But Zane Smith, he's on the pressure.
This race is a fucking formality, isn't it? We're all pretty sure John Hunter's going to win. I'm getting hungry. The video's 3 hours long.
Final lap in stage 1. John Hunter Nemechek.
That's a lot of passion about a sport he doesn't care about.
Out front, he has dominated so far today, just as he did in this race back in May, but he didn't win in May. Remember, got wrecked late. They came with a little unfinished business.
I find it interesting how I don't really care for the Truck Series as much as Xfinity, even though Trucks has a deeper competitive field. Not skill-wise, I mean, just there's more trucks that I feel like can win a race than there are Xfinity cars that I feel like can win a race.
That's big. That's all Kyle Larson-esque, isn't it?
Stage 1 in the books. But a stage winner has never actually won at Darlington. We'll see if that changes.
Notre Dame and Florida. Were there any good college games this week? I didn't really keep up with it because I don't watch college until like bowl game playoff time. But like, were there any good games this week that were good all the way through? God, I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. I want to get the fucking cup of milk for my throat. I don't know what it is, but some days my voice just can't handle all this talking. As always, I drink my milk out of this Atlanta Falcons cup, and it tastes like failure. What's my definition of a NASCAR bust? Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne and Matt DiBenedetto. As much as DiBenedetto's always shown potential and some level of talent, I would say his NASCAR career has been a complete fucking flop. And he gets way too much attention. But I'd say Trevor Bayne is like the definition of a NASCAR bust. Who else? It's tough to quantify. I agree with you. NASCAR bust gets thrown around way too often because, once again, people, Dale Earnhardt Jr. was a bust. It's like you can't call a guy that won 26 cup races, 2 Xfinity championships, a bust, okay? A guy who contended for championships in the Cup Series at the top level, 2003, 2004, 2006, 2013, 14, and 15. Like, he contended for championships. Didn't win one, knocked on the door, got close. That's not a bust. I wouldn't say Steve Park is a bust. Some people like to throw around Steve Park might be a bust. I don't think he was a bust at all. I think it was just injuries and circumstance, because DEI was a fucking shit show from the moment Earnhardt hit the wall in 4 at Daytona.
To win at 200.
Yeah, Hemrick's knocking on the door of bust. I would almost have to say, if Hemrick can't win in that 18 car, he's a bust. And he's running out of time. I just fucking splashed milk on my stomach. I sat down and like bounced a little bit, and the cup was like sploosh. Oh, that feels good on my throat. That's what she said.
Pit stops, the first stops, in fact, for many, and here at the end of stage 1, we'll get it down to Josh Sims.
Your stage 1 winner, John Hunter Nemechek, has been running well up front all day long, but he said they are a little laterally free on 3 and 4. He wants to tighten it up just a little bit. As far as the 88, they've been running well as well, but on those...
I used to hang out with my buddy Anthony all the time, and I would lean on him about, like, who should I watch coming out of college that's going to be a high draft pick or have an impact in the NFL. I'll never forget, I was at school one day, and it was early 2012. It was like the season had ended. And I asked my buddy Anthony, I said, who's coming out? Who do I need to pay attention to? And he was like, Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III. And I was like, really? Will I ever do face cam? Probably not. Because unlike Kamikaze, I know when somebody has a face that's not meant to be seen. Now I've gotten the habit of just making jokes about Kamikaze. I don't know why. I should attack his stupidity, not his appearance. But seriously, bro, I thought I was ugly. Sorry. I'm not above the old personal attack. I'm like George Carlin. I have a real problem with stupid people. Like, they just piss me off. Nothing worse than a stupid motherfucker who thinks they're right. The average stupid motherfucker is bad enough, but one that thinks he's right about everything... I love when I'm wrong. You know, I love being wrong because it makes watching sports fun. If I was right about everything I've ever said about NASCAR or football or whatever, any sport, it'd be boring. I love when I get proven wrong. My favorite example of when I got proven wrong was after week 1 of the 2016 NFL season, when I looked over at my uncle. I was sitting on the couch in Connecticut, and I look at my uncle and I go, the Falcons will be lucky to win 5 goddamn games this year with that defensive performance. We went 11-5 and had one of the greatest offenses of all time. Made it to the Super Bowl. So I love when I'm wrong. I was like, we'll be lucky to win 5 fucking games this year. And that was the year we went to the Super Bowl. I was so fucking off. I keep wanting Matt DiBenedetto to prove me wrong. I'm almost trying to will it into existence with reverse psychology. The more I shit on Matt DiBenedetto, the more likely it is he'll win a fucking race. Prove me wrong. I love being wrong. Because it gives me a new perspective. I love to rethink things. Be like, well, damn, I was off on that. Somebody in my NFL playoff predictions is cursed because there's no way I get all 14 teams right. But I made my predictions yesterday. Bucks, 49ers, Packers, Washington, Rams, Seahawks, Arizona. Kansas City, Cleveland, Tennessee. Let's see. Kansas City, Cleveland, Tennessee. What division am I forgetting? Buffalo, New England, Baltimore, Miami. There you go. I gotta say though, Robert, this year and last year of the Xfinity Series has been some of my favorite racing I've ever watched. Oh boy, Eagles, Falcons next Sunday. You're gonna see a meltdown live on YouTube next Sunday. Well, you're gonna hear it. Because that's the game we're doing at 1 o'clock, Eagles, Falcons. Yeah, Eric Almirola. I like Eric Almirola. I've always liked Almirola, but I felt like he was done. Proved me wrong. And I loved him for it. Nobody was happier than me to see Eric Almirola win that race.
Stage 1 is complete. John Hunter Nemechek won that stage, but how about this issue for Ben Rhodes, Josh?
Yeah, guys, something you never want to hear a driver say. He said, quote, it's weird. He says the front and the rear are just not
that
connected
damage on the front end of Ben
so
Rhodes is wreaking havoc on his day.
Hole they're saying on the front of the car, so Ben Rhodes with a little concern over the radio.
Michael, I really wish that I had enough fans where somebody could make... see, I'm not an editor. I can't edit. I got no fucking skill with that. I really hope one day somebody comes along and discovers my channel and sifts through all the fucking shitty streams, because there's been some bad ones, and makes a best of my NASCAR reactions and edits in the video of the race, like syncs it up with the video, and has a best of me. Because I like hearing myself talk, and it would be funny. There's a couple of streams that stand out. I remember I go back and listen to the Texas Xfinity playoff race last year, the one that Gregson blew on the last lap and Harrison Burton won. That's one of my all-time favorite streams I've ever done in my life. I was on fire that day. I know when I've done a good job on stream. Michael, whatever you do not bet the Falcons. You can't bet the Falcons. They're like the worst bet ever. Colin Coward's right. Never bet Falcons. Just avoid Falcons bets at all costs. They should be favored against Philadelphia, but I don't trust them. Time for a NASCAR on Fox. Shut the fuck up! As Sheldon Creed gets a great launch that we can't see because we're watching an onboard of Austin Hill in like 20th. Creed around the outside holds the lead over Nemechek. Chandler Smith into third in front of Matt Crafton. Chandler Smith the second to the inside of Nemechek. I don't think he's going to hold it, though. Nemechek's going to get this big run off of 4. It's where he's been strong all day, carrying the run off of 4. But they're still side by side. No, the 18 tucks in. And unlike Kyle Busch, Chandler Smith knows when to tuck in behind somebody and not kill their quarter panel and take them out. Damn, somebody was smoking the tires off of 2. They were so sideways. Well, my Austin Hill pick was way fucking off today. Yeah, kind of where the Browns are good, but I don't trust it. I'm picking the Browns to win their division, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Browns came out and fell on their fucking face and didn't do worth a shit this year. I think they're going to win their division, but equally I think they could fall on their goddamn face. Because somebody has to make us pretend that Pittsburgh doesn't suck. Although if the Browns don't win that division, I like the Ravens. This time next Sunday, we'll be balls deep in some fucking football.
We saw him racing up toward the front.
And it's going to be nice.
Johnny Sauter with Joe Shear Jr.
Why are we watching like 15th place? Is Nemechek not within 2/10 of Sheldon Creed in a three-truck battle for the lead right now? But we're watching 15th place.
21 is on a roll again.
Yeah, we are sure looking at 15th place, aren't we?
Just outside the top 10, but he's moving up, Jamie.
Yeah, I just talked to his crew chief, Kevin Mannion, and said, what happened on that
Whoa, Zane Smith. Ooh. I thought he was trying to wreck the tail. He might have been trying to wreck the 26. I don't know. I thought that was it.
They had damage on the right side, so when they hit it, the jack
Yeah.
post on the right side was bent up. They had to switch jacks in the middle of that stop, so that sent him all the way back to 23rd, and now he's just racing his way forward on those new tires.
Yeah, probably a little more right front damage after getting into his teammate Tyler Ankrum. Watch this.
Do I like Family Guy? Hell yeah. I haven't watched Family Guy in a very long time, but I like Family Guy.
You can see Todd hit the bump.
I used to make Family Guy jokes all the time.
His truck enough to where he got into the back of the 26.
Well, we all know my most common references are SpongeBob, King of the Hill, or Chappelle Show.
He got underneath him, and Tyler spotted him, tailed him, and he came down.
I love seeing Ben Rhodes struggle in the playoffs. He's 24th right now with damage.
Zane Smith might call it racing. What do you think? What do you think?
Zane Smith is really using people up today. I like it.
Choice words inside the helmet, I'm sure.
He hasn't done nearly enough stupid shit for me to get mad about him using people up. It's like, good on you, Zane Smith. Have some balls, buddy.
He's having a solid run, and they were both below the cut line, outside the playoff picture, and they're fighting their way toward the front.
How about these guys? A couple of non-playoff competitors, and they are always competitive. The 98 of Enfinger, who the last 3 races in this 98 truck has finished 3rd in each of those 3. So, I mean, you know he's going to be running up toward the front. And Parker Kligerman, who has stormed from the back.
Parker having a solid top 10 day at a tough racetrack
Would you just say
with an underfunded truck. Not surprised. I like Parker a lot.
He'll be in the top 10 before the day.
I wish Parker could get that 22 car back in the Xfinity Series and have a run with it.
Racer. He understands how to get his truck through this mess.
Squidward on a chair.
Parker has a lot of patience, and I think when you start in the back of these races, that's the biggest thing that's your advantage. Take your time. Don't get in a hurry. Don't put yourself in bad positions and get your truck beat up or a fender knocked
I'll
out.
try to do it on my phone.
Really, really good at that.
Man, that makes me nervous, Todd. Somebody goes too wide, off 2. I'm used to the old 2, where you're just hanging on. They got a little bit more grip, and everybody's just very confident that they can run through their 2 wide, and I'm not.
One thing that I've noticed, these guys are very confident in putting those left sides on the old asphalt. When you do that, that makes the racetrack a lot wider. So, yeah, it's never fun when you're on the inside doing that.
Austin Hill faster than that truck in front of him, the 25, driven by Josh Berry, but just unable to get around him.
Sheldon Creed and Chandler Smith have driven away from John Hunter.
He is out front, but being pressured by the 18
But
of Chandler
the
Smith.
18's coming. I think the 18's going to get the lead here. Did the 18 and the 4 switch trucks at the fucking stage break or something?
It's been interesting.
And we didn't see it?
Smith, last race at Worldwide Technology had that mechanical issue, finished 23rd. The race before that at Watkins Glen, they were DQ'd for failing tech. I mean, you look at the results, and certainly not impressive, but it doesn't always tell the story, the finishing result, and I think certainly that's the case with this 18 of Chandler Smith. He has had some really good runs this season where they just didn't get the result.
Yeah, and lately, Vince, those runs have come.
Oh, Creed. I don't know. I think that rear end damage might be making Sheldon Creed loose on corner exit. I don't know if the rear end damage has any effect on it. It's near the quarter panel.
Move up into contention to win this championship.
It's on the back. You think it wouldn't affect it, but I don't know. That truck looks like so loose, and Chandler Smith took the lead there. Good for the 18. I have to do that later. We're watching a race right now.
We saw with the transmission issue at Gateway. We talked about earlier the fact that he finished 35th in that race. He's having a good run at it today, though currently runs 10th. There's Chandler Smith. Talked about the hub issue that he had last week. Finished finished off the pace in 23rd. Derek Kraus in the 19, getting some pressure from Jack Wood in the 24.
Jack Wood. There's Nemechek for second. Creed's truck gets really loose halfway through a run. Early in the run, Creed's really fast. Looks good, but I'd say halfway through a stage run, Creed's truck just gets uncontrollably loose off of the corner exits. Nemechek's solid through the whole run. Better towards the end of the run. Creed gets a little worse because he gets loose. And Chandler Smith being this good as a curveball I didn't see coming today. And now they're noticing the rear end damage. I think that's having an effect on the side force of the 2 truck. Oh, big wreck, 24. The 0-2. And is that Ben Rhodes? Well, we have a caution with 24 to go in stage 2. Don't know what happened there.
Ben Rhodes, one of our playoff drivers, and of course the 0-2, Chris Wright, getting rolling again. Yeah,
More damage on the 99. Now it's over on the left front. His whole front end is fucked and the left front's just torn apart. So going into 3, Ben Rhodes sent that thing into the corner and tried to clear himself and put the 24 in the wall, and the 0-2 got loose under him and got into him. It's just a mess. Nothing intentional, just lack of talent on the 99's part. Kind of set that off.
It was probably pretty easy to break down, wasn't it? All 3 in a wad right there. Rhodes just put it in.
Tough scene there.
Get it through.
Yeah, thank you, Vince. I was trying to say that. It just didn't make much sense.
But the 0-2, Chris Wright, he did the same thing. He just went in too deep and got up into Ben. So both of those guys got in a little too hard.
I need to see this one again. I think Ben Rhodes was thinking slide job here. I'll get to the bottom and slide up. And then 0-2.
24 got back in the gas in the center, and Rhodes just didn't have the grip.
Be okay,
and then he got cleaned out by the 0-2. That was a tag team effort of the 0-2 and Ben Rhodes.
Ben needed that space, and you can't really blame
and
0-2. Ben put himself in.
Jack Wood's completely innocent in all this, and he got a lot of damage.
Tough luck for Jack Wood.
Chandler Smith and Matt Crafton pit under this caution.
Wrong place, wrong time. Chandler Smith on pit road, Jamie.
Chandler Smith has been so happy since the last pit stop. He's like, way to go, guys. They had a solid stop. And now we just told the team, hey, I'm out here cruising. I'm going 80% like you guys want me to. You let me know when you want me to kick it up a notch. Meanwhile, they're just going to put 4 tires on here. 16 of Austin Hill.
Austin Hill on pit road. That truck needs an exorcist to be worth a shit. Should they run? No. Darlington's too damn narrow for an Indy car. It's too narrow. Otherwise, it'd be good, but it's too narrow.
Jamie, when you have 2 wrenches,
They got the hood up on Matt Crafton, checking something out.
you got some serious handling issues, and we heard Matt Crafton report to his team he had something going on with the brakes. We saw him almost slide through his pit on the last stop, but he was able to maintain speed. I wonder if he's just got a long pedal, Todd.
Lap 69.
That's a
Nice.
brake fluid laying there. Maybe had a small leak or something in the front of the master cylinder, but he did say on his pit stop that it went to the floor, so hard to say what it really was.
A couple of the Thor Sport playoff trucks with some issues.
Just peeled a decal off the front of Crafton's truck. And Ben Rhodes is on the damage repair clock, which means he'll probably get back out there and cause a caution. I woke up too damn early. Too damn early. And I'm pissed about it. I knew when I woke up this morning, I was like, well, I might as well get up now. Maybe tonight after the race, I will go to bed and sleep till like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. But knowing me, I'll probably wake up at like 6 again. No, I never took one of those classes in high school. Boy, I can't even remember half the shit I took in high school because I didn't pay attention. Man, I want to order wings or something, but I don't want to pay DoorDash. $15 worth of wings. All right, that'll be $35.47. What? I'll break down and do it later, maybe. Prediction for the Cup race. I think Kyle Larson's going to be tough to... I think it's going to be a Kyle Larson race. I picked Chase just because Larson's odds are so fucking high. But I think Kyle Larson's going to dominate. He was really strong there in the spring. I think Truex is going to pop up and be really competitive tonight. I think Truex and Hamlin will be very competitive. But ultimately, I think Larson dominates and wins. If you were going to look for a surprise winner, maybe a Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, maybe. But I think Kyle Larson's going to dominate. Really going out on a limb there. Hey, you know what I just realized? I'm going to 2 elimination races, because isn't the Roval the elimination race in the second round, and then Bristol's the one in the first? And I'm going to Bristol and the Roval. Anyway, we got to go back to green here with 19 to go in stage 2. Like I said, Truex, Hamlin will be strong tonight, and Larson and Elliott. So Hendrick, Gibbs. Ooh, Hocevar with a huge shot. Wow, he almost wrecked Sheldon Creed. That right rear being funky on the 2 truck. He can't take many pushes like that. He gets out front with the lead, thanks to Hocevar. Nemechek into second, around the outside. Does the whole field make it off of 2? Yes, they do. Friesen looks to the outside of Hocevar for third into 3. Parker Kligerman top 5, boy.
Different conditions than what we had when we raced here in May. Temperature in the 80s here today, and the sun is out. And then we've got that repave in turn 2. I mean, it's not the same old Darlington. It is the same old Darlington, but it just looks a little different right there. There's that repave.
The degree of difficulty did not go down a bit with that fresh pavement over there.
Thought Zane Smith was going to claim another one. He almost got underneath Parker and spun him out. Almost. We got a battle for the lead. I said Nemechek a little better than Creed on old tires. Creed gets really loose. I think the possibility of a big wreck is definitely high with this field. With this field, a big wreck is always going to be a possibility. Austin Hill is 8 points below the cut line. Chandler Smith is 30 back, but he did just pit. He pitted from the lead there.
Most didn't, but when he pitted there, that means he's down to 2 sets of tires. See how that plays out.
Yeah, that's a tough call on these crew chiefs.
3 wide. Way back where Chandler Smith is, trying to find a way around Haley Deegan and Tanner Gray. Ooh. Haley Deegan and Derek Krause look really loose back there. Nemechek run off a 4 to the inside of Creed with 15 to go. Oh, Creed, what is that? It looked like he was fishtailing going down the front stretch. He's going to hold the lead around the outside. Got Nemechek loose. Here comes Hocevar now. Nemechek runs low off a 2 to try to stop Hocevar's run. That was a weird corner and a half there between Creed and Nemechek. I'm not quite sure what happened. But here's turn 4. This is where Nemechek's been better all day. But he was on the bottom. Couldn't get a big run like Creed had. Creed managed to keep it under him that time, even though it's loose as hell.
we're seeing John Hunter's long run truck come to the front here. He's got these little tires and he's hounding on Sheldon. There again, Sheldon's truck seems to go away on the long run. So,
but how many times have we talked about how Creed's truck doesn't look like it's all that good, and yet he's been out front of it.
So it looks good lead that race, I tell you.
He's going to need some blue emus because he is working those arms.
Hey.
Well, Chandler Smith is...
Nobody's done anything stupid yet.
I thought it was going to be over by the time I got here.
Yeah, he's running 10th right now, Vince. He came in here
Halfway.
in the playoff standings. That's last.
When I turned it off, damn, Sheldon Creed's leading.
Yeah.
We've got to be aggressive. We've got to go for
When I
every
turned it
single
on,
point.
it was
Aggressive
right
on
whenever
getting
that
aggressive
caution
on
came out,
restarts.
where he got hit, where he got his back end tore up again.
His truck keeps trying to spin out. It keeps wanting to come around, especially on old tires. He's just out of control. Yeah, he's leading. He's fast. Nah, he's just up there. Well, the 18 Chandler Smith had the lead, and he pitted, but Creed was right there and got the lead from Nemechek after that. So.
And this is playoff.
Yeah.
They had to help the truck stop. They were pumping the brakes just to see what was wrong. They added some fuel, but just a second ago from Crafton, it is not much better. So some concern for him. He was 20th, moved back up a little bit right now, but not good right now for the 88 truck.
I think it's great.
Chandler Smith's already back in the top 10 with them fresh tires. How did I meet Dylan? I don't really know. How did I meet you?
I think it's, okay, so it's funny. I think the way we met was through Caleb.
Yeah.
But we never hung out.
That's
or
how I met
talked or
Cameron.
anything through Caleb.
Yeah.
It was through Cameron when
Yeah.
we really hang out.
Yeah. That's how I met Cameron, was through. When Cameron and I started talking as friends, I was like, I don't even fucking remember you, dude. He's like, I remember you. And I was like, I don't remember you. I was hanging out with Caleb. I really did not remember Cameron. I remember Cameron's
Really, it
mom. I don't
started
remember
with,
Cameron.
when I started coming over here watching football.
Yeah.
That was really when it started.
Yeah. Told them this time next Sunday we'll be balls deep and watching the Falcons defense lose another game for us probably. One thing I know, I mean, the Falcons have, over the years, they've obviously changed coordinators, changed coaches, changed players. One thing I know is that Falcons defenses have never been able to handle a mobile quarterback except Cam Newton. I don't know what it is. You could say a lot of things about Dan Quinn. He had Cam Newton's ass figured out because Cam Newton played like shit against the Falcons every time. But if there was a mobile quarterback, we're fucked. So I think Jalen Hurts is garbage, but he's mobile, so Falcons are probably in trouble next week defensively. Did Nemechek just hit the wall? He brushed it. He's still about to get the lead here. If Nemechek wins, I get $10. If Austin Hill wins, I get $8.50. But Austin Hill's having the worst fucking race of his season so far. Thought I was going to win 12 on Allmendinger yesterday.
What happened with Coley?
Well, Allmendinger had a really good short run car. But then on the last run, which was a short run, he was in third. He got a flat tire because he bumped somebody. And I was like, shit. Because them short runs were perfect for me. I was like, hot damn. Because he wasn't going to win otherwise. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Sexist. He just passed Haley Deegan. Where's Parker? Parker Kligerman is still in the top 10. He's got Crafton back. Crafton's on fresher tires than these guys, too. Who will sign Trace McSorley? Well, it's okay. Atlanta's got Josh Rosen as a backup quarterback. Rosen's one of those guys that I think he's just going to be a decent backup. If he can ever stay for a team longer than 6 weeks, I think Josh Rosen will be a solid backup. We had A.J. McCarron. He played like shit in the preseason, and then he tore his ACL. But he was playing awful.
I remember when he was hot.
Yeah, I actually really liked him with Cincinnati. He did good with Cincinnati. He got them in the playoffs when Andy Dalton got hurt. And did more than enough to beat Pittsburgh. And then fucking Gio Bernard, Jeremy Hill, and Joey Porter. But when you're the Bengals, it is.
You don't have to stop that.
The Steelers are like a boss fight for the Bengals.
I know how you beat the Steelers. You just talk shit the whole time. Because they're so easily oversensitive.
Yeah.
And it'll just knock them out of their game. Especially Ben.
GMS has made some
Talk shit and make Ben throw them stupid little short passes. That's all he can throw now.
You can't throw that fucking ball that far, Ben. Watch this, Pitt.
Ben has some Cam Newton tendencies when he throws deep now.
Look at that. I love what Sheldon Creed is doing. He is racing to the bottom. Watch him wheel this thing.
Would you have said racing his butt off on off?
You know what's in that?
Earlier he said it's hotter than heck out here. And I'm like, you can't say hell.
He probably can. He's just being smart.
It's hotter than heck. All heck. So this race is over. We're playing busted till the cup race.
That's what I was hoping.
I'm not streaming it because I need a break. Oh, 51. Dylan Lupton's in the wall. Yeah, he flattened the right front on that deal. He's going to get to pit road, though. There shouldn't be a caution here. If you drive that 51 truck and your name's not Kyle Busch, you're cursed. You should have heard the jokes I was making during the Xfinity race yesterday. Look at that adulterer in the 54 car. Denny Hamlin likes fingers in his ass.
That's the result of just getting wide at Darlington.
So, you probably saw it. A few years ago, there was that report of like a hooker that came out and was like, yeah, I had sex with Denny Hamlin. He paid me for sex. The Cup Series was in Las Vegas in 2012 or whatever. He paid me. And it's like, anybody could make that up. And then she started naming off people like J.D. Gibbs and people that work at Gibbs and was like, they covered it up for him or whatever. And I was like, she mentioned people like J.D. Gibbs and all these other like insider NASCAR people. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay, Chandler Smith's taking advantage of those fresh tires. He ain't going to get to Creed, though. She said that Denny Hamlin asked her to finger his ass. So, I saw a photo. It was it was Denny Hamlin's car, and instead of the 11 on the side, it had two fingers instead of a number 11. Who will Aaron Rodgers play for next year? He's going to look good in that Denver Broncos navy and orange. Hey! Chandler Smith got to second, but Sheldon Creed wins stage 2.
Chandler Smith needed one lap. One more and he could run that.
When Denny Hamlin got that goddamn penalty late yesterday, I said, oh, fuck, Noah just won this damn race. I knew it right then. I was like, shit. I didn't want Denny to win because he's a Cup driver, but as soon as he got that penalty, I said, well, now fucking dickhead's going to win. We're going to have to hear about it. We're going to have to pretend that he hasn't sucked ass like 85 to 90% of the time he's been in that 9 car. You missed me shitting on Kamikaze earlier in here. You saw my interaction I had with him last week, didn't you? Oh, we went at it after the fucking Cup race last Saturday night because he was calling Chase Elliott a no-talent piece of shit, can't fucking drive, needs to learn how to win on an oval, blah, blah. I'm like, so now when somebody wins on a road course, it's not as impressive as it used to be because he does it. And we went back and forth a little bit. I'm like, dude, you're just a fucking clown. I said, first of all, you rant and rave about how you don't watch NASCAR anymore. But you seem to know an awful lot about what happened in that race Saturday night. Were you watching?
Well,
we went over this on the stream earlier. I was like, you're full of shit, dude.
This is my honest opinion. Because I watched Radioactive earlier, and even Chase. I do think it's Chase's fault.
Yeah, it was totally his fault.
But there was no purpose in it. That right there is that hesitation. He's like, I'm either following the 20th or I'm clearing him for the win.
I said when the wreck happened, if he threw that block on a straightaway, it was fine. But they wrecked because they were in the corner.
And Chase even said it. He was like, sorry about that, guys. That's all he said after it happened. Sorry about that, guys. Because he knew he messed up, but there was no fault.
On the Logano scale, that registered at about a 6.5 out of 10 for a Logano block.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't that bad, but it caused the wreck. It's his fault.
No.
But still, he was acting like, oh, he does that shit all the time. He's a no-talent piece of shit, overrated, fuck him.
It's just it's so funny to me because it's like you have the boomer legend, Matt DiBenedetto.
Yeah.
And the up-and-coming legend.
You saw me.
Like us versus the boomers, pretty much, and our car blocked the boomer from getting his fucking win that he so desperately wanted.
And I brought up,
and
I
love Matty D.
I said, we went through this shit at Talladega when Tyler Reddick tried to pass DiBenedetto on the last lap and gave the win to Keselowski. Why did he push Matt DiBenedetto? Tyler Reddick's trying to win a fucking race. You ever heard of winning? Mm-hmm. You know that thing Tyler Reddick's done at like every other level?
Oh my Did you listen to Radioactive?
Yeah.
Whenever Blaney and them was talking about it, they were like, the 17's looking for a push for the win, and Blaney was just like, they were all just like, look, we're here to win.
Yeah.
I was like, we're not here to help.
God. And then Busher fails post race. So just imagine if he had won, and then he failed post race like that.
I didn't realize it either when that big wreck happened, the last one, when Busher and Blaney got by.
Yeah.
Ryan Priest made it through, and Blaney door slammed him down and wrecked Ryan Priest. Ryan Priest should have been through there, and he would have been in front of Blaney.
Another scenario the first thing I thought of was, man, what if Busher had won and then he gets disqualified? That would have sucked. But then I was like, wait, Bubba finished behind Busher. What if Busher won, gets disqualified, and they have to give the win to Bubba? You talk about a meltdown on social media among the boomers. That would have been the meltdown of the NASCAR gave it to Bubba.
Who else?
They would have flipped their shit, y'all. Could you imagine? Busher wins that race, Bubba finishes second, but then Busher fails post-race and they give it to Bubba.
It was Ricky Stenhouse. Chris Busher got pushed by him.
Yeah.
He said, and a lot of people said
Yeah. That thing was making a lot of crazy moves and getting away with it, too. And I don't knock Busher. Busher's a solid driver. That thing was making a lot of crazy moves last week. Yeah. Even though he ended Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s career, I've always liked Chris Busher.
1 and 2, and he's losing grip as the bumper is laid down. He made a couple adjustments, and he's headed back out there. As far as Sheldon Creed, he was the stage 2 winner. Also issues.
Sheldon Creed keeps the lead. Chandler Smith second. Nemechek third. Some guys have 2 sets of tires left. A lot of guys only have 1 set left. They won't have to pit again if it goes green. They shouldn't anyway. I think Nemechek's going to win. Chandler Smith's really fast too, and he's driving the same stuff. I didn't expect Chandler Smith to be this good today.
And you expected Austin Hill to be better.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
I woke up too early.
Man, who do I want to win? Look.
If Chase wins, I get like $9.50.
When we go to Bristol, I think I know Blaney is a pretty vanilla winner when he wins.
You said you want to buy the ticket. We need to get the tickets next Friday. You said you'll have your money on the 10th.
I get paid this coming up Friday.
Okay, well, we'll do it Friday then. I'll get paid again too.
But I'm thinking I might buy me another one of these shirts, but the Blaney one.
I want the Larson one. This time I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to get that fucking Hendrick Cars Kyle Larson shirt.
I'm thinking about getting the Blaney one. He's winning my heart over, man.
Yeah, I've always really liked Blaney. I like how we flip-flopped. Blaney won Michigan. You're like, all right, that's cool. I'm like, fuck, because I wanted Byron to win.
Well, I'm just so vanilla about it, but he's won 2 in a row.
And then he wins Daytona,
and I'm like,
and you get mad, and then I'm like, oh, good for Blaney. We
so
flip-flop from one week to the other.
Going into the playoffs, thinking about it, somebody like Blaney, I wouldn't mind if he got hot right now.
Denny Hamlin just tweeted like a little hot video about the race tonight, and I'm about to click on it. How many comments do you think I scroll before we get a joke about fingers in his ass or cheating on his wife? It's got 48 replies right now. How many comments will we get? So Dylan says, I'll scroll 2 comments. Second comment. How's the family, Dennis? Oh, anything else? No, surprisingly, not yet. Somebody said, damn. This guy said, damn, ain't no jokes on this post. Denny must have blocked all the trolls this week because there's only like 1 comment. I'm not seeing any jokes. Like, damn, Denny was thorough when he started. I bet he hired somebody to start blocking people on Twitter this week because he'd have to be on his phone around the clock.
He personally knew.
Damn, I'm disappointed. I expected to click on this and get some quality fucking memes or something. So they said trolls and bullies may not enter.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's no trolls or anything on Denny's tweet just now.
Hey, real question,
I'm disappointed.
guys. Has Denny Hamlin smashed Haley Deegan?
Speaking of smash, Selena Vega. God. I miss WWE sometimes when I see her. Seriously, y'all, Selena Vega. Lord have mercy. They don't make them like that around here. Yeah, you know, like, she's Spanish, so she you know she's from somewhere else. They don't make them like that here.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes.
And there's Jack Wood, the 24.
Oh yeah, that was before he got here. Wasn't his fault either. The fucking 0-2 is the one that kind of caused that.
Oh my god, that is a guy crash.
I can't believe he beat the damage repair policy.
Certainly not how Ben Rhodes would like to see. You can
What's
see
with all
the
these
graphic
fight in the
there
stands of
showing
football
how
games? Are people just that excited to be back? I feel like every football game there's like brawls in the stands going all over Twitter.
Up and down day, certainly for Ben Rhodes. But
Yeah.
on the other side of the spectrum,
That a Steelers fan had every right to punch that bitch in the face and her husband. He was in the right. Everybody was backing him up. Well, man, this motherfucker's in the right. This bitch slapped him in the face. So he whooped her husband's ass for it. And then he hit her.
All the way back up to second in that stint. That was really strong for him.
That's what I've always said. I'm like, if a woman is with a guy and she hits me, I'm like, I'm going to whoop your husband's ass. And if you hit me again, I'm going to knock you out.
Thank you, Caitlin, and it has been a good run for Chandler Smith. The KBM trucks in general, Chandler Smith, John
Barry McCockener's at it again. Adam Schefter reports Cowboys Pro Bowl guard Zach Martin has been placed on the COVID list. He will not play Thursday night. And Barry McCockener said, well, Brady's luck is starting early this year. I don't think he would have needed any luck against Tampa, or against Dallas, but that certainly helps.
We'll restart in the front row.
Is Robert in the
as we get ready
Robert, are
for
you
the
here?
final stage. Well, from what we've seen so far, who do you two like?
We have two Roberts, but I don't think the Denny one's here.
No, he need dang one Robert today.
I'll text Zane. Zane's my boy.
Well, he had some issues on pit road.
Yeah,
I hope
that's
he
the
didn't
problem
follow
here.
Watch this. Crafton is the neon yellow, and it looks like maybe just going a little too slow. Smith says, I'm going to cut in front of him.
Damn.
Man, Zane Smith has been a fucking weapon today, even on pit road.
I know. We saw earlier,
They
Vince,
tried.
the 21 of Zane Smith was pushing Crafton.
Matt Crafton's pit road speed is really conservative, I guess. And Zane Smith's is really aggressive. He's been running into people all day.
Controversial move we
Yeah.
just saw.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy, and inside his helmet, he did come on the radio and tell
So do
his
you
team
think
what he was
Denny's gonna
thinking at
suck
that moment.
now?
If anything, I think he'll be better.
I've been thinking
I was
that
tempted to
too.
pick him. I was like, he runs good at Darlington anyway.
I felt like he's gonna win the race.
I'm guessing the answer was no, right, Jamie?
Got to beat Kyle Larson to do it.
Exactly.
Who the hell is in
Well, Zane said
Stage
that he
3,
thought there were 8 more
Tanner Gray.
boxes to go, so his bad. They got 4
50 to
guys
go.
on the line
Number
back.
5
They
is
lost a lot of
so
track
Weird.
position all the way back to 27th. Wow. Final stage.
Okay, they didn't have a repeat of the late restart at Darlington in May.
Sheldon Creed with another great
Yep.
race.
Wow, Johnny Sauter's in the top 5. Not for long.
But on starts with
Not for long running like that.
falls in the second there.
Ooh.
Contact.
Josh Berry hit the wall, and
Gray's there.
yeah,
Tanner Gray's
Tanner Gray's got damaged too.
apart. That 15,
drives
like
the
15 truck.
Different people on different weeks. This week it's Colby Howard. Usually it's Cody Robaugh
I
or
like the truck.
Grant
That's
Enfinger.
why I seen it earlier when it wrecked. I liked it.
Yeah.
Hard.
Freeze into the 52. Trying to make his way up. He's just outside the top 10.
It's actually a pretty competitive race up front. I thought Nemechek would run away with it, but the top 3 is going to decide the race.
So, of the top 4 guys in the playoffs up there, any of those is a surprise if they win this race
Back
tonight?
up there.
Todd Gilliland would be a little bit of a surprise for me.
No, I mean, I guess to advance to the next round.
Oh, no. I expected them to make it. Yeah.
Easy for me to say, but
They've all won this.
Didn't slow him down. He's still up there going at it.
Except Chandler Smith. He hasn't won this year.
But he's in good state.
Yeah. Capable of winning.
He usually runs like he is now.
Yeah.
He just can't.
He's had a lot of shitty luck. He's had a lot of wrecks and mechanical bullshit. Yeah.
We just can't get our arms around what's going on out there. So aggressive.
both of you guys are former winners. Tommy won the truck in 2010. Mike
Yeah, he's in bad shape now.
92. Mike, do you remember who you passed for the lead?
Watch that damn 19 truck. He's a weapon.
No, I don't.
How about this? You passed Dale Jarrett.
He wrecks a lot, and it's usually his fault.
Is that your 4 best truck
Dale
drivers?
Jarrett, Jeff Gordon, and
My
Dale
4 best in this series is probably Creed, Nemechek, Austin Hill.
as big as that big golf simulator
Austin
screen
Hill's
you
start
got.
playing.
I mean, I have a hard time picking a 4th, but those 3 are probably the best.
Crafton because of the experience.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it to
I know every
Crafton.
time I remember seeing truck
I don't know how
races,
many of the drivers
no,
feel
not
about
a lot,
it.
I've seen that
Turn
yellow.
2.
This man was in the truck series in NASCAR 2005. He's
That's
been
what I'm
around a
saying.
while.
I've seen that truck so many
You know, I think Darlington's one of those places
You think
you
you
either
know
love
what
it or
you're
you
doing,
hate it.
man.
You know, and if you love it, you're gonna love it forever because you always run good. If you hate it, you end up having to respect
how
for
he
it.
would
And then
run
the
under
longer
Peyton
you start
Manning.
running, better you love it. So it's a great place to race, a lot of fun.
Oh, man, I agree.
I think Crafton has one cup race his entire life. When Kyle Busch broke his leg the day before the Daytona 500, they put Crafton in the 18 car. 2015 Daytona 500 was Crafton's only cup race, I think.
Damn, super speedway.
Yeah. Because he had run it in trucks a million times.
Well, I guess it would be an easy one to pick up. I mean,
That's a good trivia question. I remember Crafton drive. Oh, Tanner Gray hit the wall.
hey, speaking of who drives that,
Oh, Derek Krause about wiped out. That's nothing new.
As we said earlier, he had gotten into the wall, and he has gotten into the wall again, so he has some pretty significant right.
This might bring out a yellow. That thing's up in the wall, and it's
pulling off the front.
shredding the left front.
I mean, it was running top 10.
No debris from it yet.
Already had the left.
Look at Derek Krause almost caused a wreck down there.
He got up into the wall a second time to add to his right side damage.
Oh, yeah, Crafton had another cup start. He suffered pulmonary. Good call, DFS. I forgot about that. And DFS will know he's a big Crafton fan. Yeah. Honestly, though, when Paul Menard was driving, how much attention did I pay to Paul Menard on a weekly basis? To be like, oh, Crafton's driving that car this week.
I think it's so interesting. We heard Josh Sims talk earlier about a retro, a throwback setup for Junior Joyner on this team. I really didn't.
Oh, Derek Krause just spun to 45. I told you he was going to get somebody. Oh, and he hit Haley Deegan, but she kept going. Caution's out.
It wasn't that bad until Haley Deegan hit it.
Hey, Derek Krause claims another victory. Derek Krause has wrecked more people this year
That was a
than I can count.
That
And
was a lawless wreck.
most of Derek Krause's wrecks all came in the same race, Knoxville.
Derek overshot the turn on injury.
Lawless Allen got spun by Derek Krause. God damn, Krause. That was on purpose.
Look, he's fine till boom.
That was on purpose. Todd Bodine's with me on that. That was on
He
purpose.
almost got hit again at the end of it.
So here's the deal. Now, you got to pit. If you got 2 sets of tires left, you're like, good. If you got 1 set left, you better hope there ain't no more cautions after this. Unless the caution comes out
You
after
think
like
he
2
done that
laps.
for playoff reasons?
He's.
19.
I don't think. No, Krause didn't make the
Oh,
playoffs.
he didn't.
No.
Haley Deegan just barely slipping to the bottom of
He
the
got a teammate in.
No. Somebody needs to, dude. He wrecks somebody every week. He's out of control right now.
Frustrating for the
Oh, he's younger. He's way younger than us.
And there was that button on the steering wheel you were talking
I'm
about.
in awe at the stupid shit Derek Krause has done this year.
That was bad. That was Joey Logano. Write that on the scale. Joey Logano scale.
That looked like when Joey spun Ron Newman at Michigan in 2010. Because, like, you know how wide Michigan is? And this is pre-repave. Newman's up against the wall. Fucking Joey follows him in and spins him out. And then after the race, he gets mad because Ron Newman wants to fucking punch him in the mouth. The video's on YouTube of their whole
You think there's
encounter.
going to be a fight after this?
Nah, they'll probably get out of here. If that happened near the end of the race, I'd bet my life on it. Dude, at Knoxville, Derek Krause wrecked so many people. When the race was over, you know, when they're coming back to the pits, he got wrecked 3 times trying to get back to the pits by people he pissed off that night. It was fucking hilarious. Like, well, this truck just hit Derek Krause. Oh, this truck just hit Derek Krause. They didn't fight, but there was a lot of guys hitting him after the race. Oh, man, Knoxville was a shit show.
Who's that guy that backed into Tony that one day?
Oh, it was at Charlotte. Keselowski was into it with Matt Kenseth, and he wasn't paying attention. He hit Tony Stewart on pit road. Tony Stewart drives forward and then backs that fucker up and reverses, crushes Keselowski's car. I was wishing Tony would have got out and whooped his ass that night. I think the only reason Tony didn't was because that was right after the Kevin Ward thing, and Tony was laying low and not doing much, but he fucked Keselowski's car up for that. And then there's in-car Tony. He's looking in his rearview mirror. He takes his gloves off. He's looking in the rearview mirror to see if Brad's about to get out, but Brad drove to the garage. So I think Tony was like, if he gets out, I'm going to beat his ass, because he was watching his rearview mirror. That was like something out of a movie, that whole deal. Because Brad...
Lovely. I love...
It started Brad versus Denny. And they try to fucking wreck each other, and then he gets mad. For no reason, he had it out for Matt Kenseth that year. I don't know what the fuck was going on with Brad and Matt Kenseth. Then he tries to wreck Matt Kenseth. And then he tries to wreck Denny after the race. And then he speeds up and hits Matt Kenseth coming back to pit road when Matt has his seatbelts off. And that's what made Matt mad. He was like, fucker, I had my seatbelts off, and you hit me like 40. It's funny when you watch those cars go like 40, it don't look that much.
yeah.
But God, they were going like road speed.
That's why whenever like Blaney's pit crew and stuff got scrunched in those car wrecks
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff on pit road, that's why I'm like, man, I know that's bad. Cause imagine they're going like 50 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour.
Think about pit road. You're going like 50 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Imagine being on the highway
That's a
going
tank.
50 and you've got to pull over
That's
and
a
stop.
tank you're getting hit by too.
Yeah. Matt Kenseth jumping on Brad at Charlotte, and then Matt Kenseth made fun of himself. He's like, as you can see, I'm not much of a fighter. He's like, I got a hold of him and then didn't really know what to do. I'd have been wailing on his ass if it was me.
What about that? Was it Denny that threw a towel at Brad? Or
Yeah,
Brad
because all the
threw it?
attention's on Denny trying to like, fuck you, Brad.
They were like, you threw a towel at him, really?
Yeah.
Well, don't do that during COVID times. You get.
And that was the one time where I was like, man, fuck Brad. Because Keselowski was being a dick. He was totally out of line on that whole deal through 2014. And he was such a dick then that when they get to Texas and he has to fight with Jeff Gordon, Brad didn't do anything wrong. But it was just like, man, fuck you, Brad. You're doing something every goddamn... That's why everybody got mad at him. Because it's like, you're in something every fucking week. Even though he didn't do shit wrong with Jeff Gordon. And even Gordon said later on, Brad didn't do nothing wrong. But I was so mad at him by the way he had been acting that I was just like, fuck him. That was a crazy deal.
From Darlington, sunny temperature in the upper 80s.
Add some drama to
Racing in the south.
I think you'll get some drama by the end of this, as competitive as the top three are, even though two of them are teammates.
The fans have come out, and they're getting a doubleheader today. The NASCAR Truck Series.
By the way, this race was supposed to be in Canada, but obviously COVID, they just had to move it to Darlington. It made more sense to run Darlington. I miss Canadian Tire. Yeah, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, a road course.
They were supposed to race at Canadian Tire
Yeah.
for the first race of the playoffs.
Well, this is the second race of the playoffs.
For trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Cup?
Oh, Cup? Nah, Cup's here, always. Yeah, they would have been here, but Trucks should have been at Canadian Tire.
So that's why they're doing the doubleheader?
Yeah. And all I could think yesterday was, man, I wish this race was at Canadian Tire. I love Darlington, but I love Canadian Tire.
For sure. We've got such good restarts.
Did he hit the choose box?
I think he caught Smith off guard there as well.
I think so too.
I think Smith was ready to go to the bottom, and he said, thank you for that little present.
Yeah. How about it, Jamie? 18 got to be happy about their position now.
Yep, they said we'll just keep doing
Some guys like the bottom, some like the top. Bottom won the race yesterday. But you can carry a big run from the top if you get a good restart. Unless you got Denny Hamlin spinning the fucking tires or something in front of you.
And it'll be clear sailing. They're really happy with the truck they have. But the question for you, Michael and Todd, what does the 18 need, do you think?
I can't even remember what happened to him at Watkins Glen. I watched that race.
He's got a better truck. Sheldon's been really loose, slipping the slide. I'd be patient, Jamie. There's enough time left in this race. Just to bide your time. Watch Sheldon. Watch him make mistakes and capitalize.
Bristol's their elimination. Bristol's their first elimination race.
I think this is the first chance he's going to get.
It's the closest Infinger's been to the front all day. Damn, Creed got a great start. Look at Zane Smith going 3 wide back there. He made the pass.
He was not able to take advantage of that outside starting position.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Ooh.
They ain't gonna show it. There's some big
Ooh, Creed had the block going to 3. Caution's out. Somebody just wrecked.
One up into the inside wall, and that's the 24 of Jack Wood.
Jack Wood got spun again. Oh, no, it's the 34. Fucking Vince Welch is blind. Josh Reaume didn't really seem to hit anything. Yeah, somebody was going to get spun off it, too. There was too big of a stack up, and she's fine. Arrow-wise, Haley Deegan's probably not fine, but it's running. Trucks on the Roval. Trucks on the Roval should replace Canadian Tire if they can't go back there. Trucks on the Roval. I want to go to that. That'll be a shit show and a half. There's the old pit road when that used to be the front stretch.
Some 4 fresh good years on it and send him back out.
Yeah, what the fuck were they thinking? Have trucks on the Roval if we can't go to... Why the fuck are we racing at Darlington for trucks?
In that wreck between Derek Krause and Wallace Allen to the right side of her truck, and that looks like.
Of course, if we did have trucks on the Roval while Cup's at Darlington, they'd have done the retarded pit stop thing that they do when trucks are Xfinities by themselves now.
At least one set of tires left. When would you like to come get them?
Cookout. I wish we were going to a race right now. I want some cookout.
10, 15 more laps. I don't think you go now.
Oh, the reason I know is so that guy I work with, he says he goes to Daytona every year.
So it's going to be fun watching him come up through the field, but I'm waiting another 10, 15 laps.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, why has he been to Bristol? I said, it's because of Darlington. He said Bristol is literally like Darlington. He said it's
RV ready to go.
He said, so if you want to eat something good, you'll have to eat like back in like Johnson City or something. He says like 20 minutes.
I'm worried for you about the hotel price. I'll help. I'll definitely help, but I know it's going to be bad. But I figure best we can hope for is to be 30 minutes from the fucking track.
I mean, listen, if we got to stay an hour out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking 30 minutes to an hour. Who gives a fuck?
Because when we leave the track and go to the room, that's really the only time we're going to need at the room is to stay the night.
And then the next morning
so,
we'll leave at like 8.
Somewhere to check in on the way to the track, like an hour out, get to the track.
Yeah.
And then head an hour out so you can beat traffic and everything, because where we'll be at will be no traffic or nothing.
Yeah. Oh, I told them about this. So for the KISS cruise, if one of my people that I'm hanging out with or staying with on the cruise tests positive before we get there, none of us get to go. And I'm like, fuck you. Are you fucking serious? Because I was feeling good because I'm like, good, I had COVID.
So you have to sign up as a group when you go?
Yeah,
or
but...
is that like for a discount?
Well... It's better to room with people, so I've got a couple friends I've hung out with a lot there, and we always stay together. We're going on a room together because it's cheaper. You get like 3 of us in a room. It's cheaper. Now, even if we don't see each other or be around each other before we get there, if one of them tests positive, I don't get to go.
It's only for whoever's in your room, though?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Everybody on the cruise page is like, all right, fuck this. That's bullshit. Because...
That's wild.
Because in the past, like, we're staying the night before in Miami together, but in the past... She and I have met we didn't see each other till we got on the boat because we got there at different times and found each other on the boat. So even if we did that, if she shows up and tests positive and I ain't even fucking there yet, I'm going to get there and I'll be like, you can't go. Fuck you. Try and stop me. You'll have to arrest my ass to keep me from getting on that boat. Yeah, I hope they change that. I feel like they're just panicking right now. Anyway. Sheldon Creed's still leading. Chandler Smith's second. Nemechek's third. It's a 3-truck race. I don't see anybody else in that top 10 having a chance. Come on, fucking Colby Howard, Zane Smith's been running over people today. Johnny Sauter's washed up.
Hell, it's going to be 2 or 3 more cautions.
Yeah. Be like a end of the Xfinity race yesterday. When I was like, all right, I'm getting ready to go eat. Caution, caution, caution. I was ready to go eat somewhere yesterday. Caution, 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 overtime. Fuck. And then Noah wins, and I'm like, get me the fuck out of here, please. I think they switched the straightaways at Darlington in like 98 or something. I can't remember. It's been over 20 years.
Darlington, Sheldon Creed, Chandler Smith, John Hunter Nemechek.
I don't know why they switched, but I can't remember when either.
The Camping World Truck Series Championship, and they are battling at the front. It has been exciting. How about Creed, Josh?
Think about it though. Maybe it was we went to Darlington. It was pretty smart how they had everything on the back side instead of like out in the streets of the main street or whatever. Because that'd be a fucking nightmare trying to park and get in. So it actually makes the traffic better to make us all go through there, go around, and go through the woods and park on the other side. So that's probably why they switched. Because it just made more sense. Because the fucking main street of that town goes right in front of the racetrack. It's like a fucking 2-lane road.
What are the odds we're going to have another caution, Mike?
It's trending that direction.
32 to go. I'd say the odds are pretty fucking good. We're going to have another caution.
The near misses we've had, guys, out of control. This hot South Carolina sun baking down on this racetrack is just making conditions very tough.
Blue Emu race summary, and you look at Sheldon Creed, our current leader, and he has led the most laps today at 72, but it has been tight at the front. Nemechek, Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, they've all been up there battling for the lead at one time or another. But right now, Creed has it. Chandler
Creed's money on these restarts and short runs.
30
The more cautions that happen, I think the more it favors Creed, as long as it's not after so many laps. I think he's only got... I don't think he has any tires left. Maybe one set. I lost track a little while ago. But Creed's money on the short run. Parker Kligerman's top 5. Well, 3 wide with Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland. Oh, Zane Smith. When that truck started going up the hill, I said, it's about to be a wreck. He saved it, though. Enfinger going for 3rd. I disrespected Enfinger. I know he's talented. And I said nobody but the top 3 had a chance. It's going to get worse as the run goes. Like I said, Creed fires off really good, then he fades. I want to finish like that Xfinity race at Nashville in 04 when the entire top 5 wrecked and Michael Waltrip won. That's one of the best races ever. Damn, where'd that come from? He got all the way to Creed's inside, going to 3. He's going to get beat by Nemechek off the exit of 4 around the outside. That's where Nemechek's been better all day than both of them. He ran some races last year, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Stuart Friesen's on fresher tires in 9th. Josh Berry, too. Look out. Friesen's got enough time to take advantage of that if this stays green. Yeah, to make it far, yeah, he would be a surprise. I'm not really surprised Friesen made it, but I'd be surprised if he went far. Here, he's passing Zane Smith right now for 8. 20, he's going to get there. Yeah, it's hard. You got to pick your way through, but when he gets to like 3rd or 4th, he's going to hawk him down. He's just hoping it stays green. Just stay green, buddy. If it stays green, Friesen's going to have a really good chance. So Friesen just passed Johnny Sauter.
Nice turn there by Hocevar. He's such a talented young racer. Just gets better and better every week.
Both these drivers have the fresher tires.
The advantage of these new tires, though, Mike, I think, as they click off the laps, as they build some temperature and they build some pressure in them, I think the difference in the advantage definitely gets smaller.
Okay, I'll take the 4 guys on new tires, and you can have the rest of the field for the win. If it goes green.
They're going to get there, but it's not.
Well, I played Busted yesterday, and when I was the robber, it started the military version of Busted, and it gives you like armored vehicles and shit. I picked the armored Kuruma. That thing cannot be busted unless you trap it in the corner. It's not going to break down because these fuckers, you really can't. I mean, you can eventually, but probably not in 10 minutes, especially not with a motherfucker like me driving it.
Look at that. At the top 12, you have 3 non-playoff.
Sitting on the pit box, and you're the one that made the decision to give your driver 4 fresh tires and goes green.
Enfinger's part-time. He should be full-time, but he's part-time. Kligerman's driving a crappy underfunded truck. He never had a chance at playoffs. Sauter's just washed up. Get out of the way, Kligerman. I hate to say it. I want to see if Friesen can get there. He's running out of time now.
He's the third spot.
Yeah.
Like Todd said, as you have to pass these better trucks, truck after truck gets tougher and tougher.
How about Stuart Friesen? You know, Kyle Larson gets a lot of attention in the Cup Series for all the racing he does outside of the Cup Series. I think Stuart Friesen's racing skills might rival Larson's. I mean, this guy is racing the
That's a Larson load right there.
Racing the modified all the time. Friday night he raced in Utica, New York, won.
He's still gaining on the leader, even though he's trying to pass somebody. Is something wrong with the 18? He just got passed by Enfinger, and he looked really slow. Now he's fine. Chandler Smith's out of contention now. Yeah. Friesen is 6th. He lost time that lap. He's going to have a hard time passing these trucks. Even though he's got better tires, they're really competitive. Go, Nemechek, $10. 20 to go. Second place, closing in on Creed. When Nemechek makes this pass, it's going to be on the exit of turn 4. One way or another. 14 or 15. I'll say 14 to go, and Nemechek will make this pass. Oh, yeah? I know where you can find them. They're more expensive than they should be, but they're not bad.
Because I want to get a PC,
yeah.
but the time that I want to get and set up and everything, it'll take me longer to get than the PS5, and I kind of just want something right now.
Yeah.
Because I want to get the
I'm going to get NASCAR on PC. Nah. Here's where Friesen can make this pass if Gilliland starts messing with the 18.
Damn, he's almost 4 seconds back. They done killed him a second. They done killed him over a second.
I might have to walk back my 14 to go prediction, but I still think Nemechek's going to make it. I think he's going to win. Gilliland blows by the 18, brings Friesen with him. Friesen's in the top 5 on substantially fresher tires than the trucks in front of him. And there he is to the inside. That was a great corner right there. Yeah. That was a great corner. Oh, yeah. Friesen is 4th. And if Creed and Nemechek start dicking with each other, he'll be there. He'll be right at the end. 1 or 2 to go. He might be able to get there. All he needs is for Creed and Nemechek to start racing hard. Creed's kind of stretched it out the last lap or 2. It doesn't look like Nemechek's closing like he was. 4. Michael, if there's a caution and I have tires left, I'm getting 4. Now, with 2 to go, 2 are staying out. Tires mean so much here, but maybe you can make it work for a lap and then catch a caution at the white flag and win the race that way. That's what I always say. I'm like, look, stay out. You ain't got to hold them on for 2 laps. Maybe there'll be a caution as soon as you take the white flag. And you've only got to beat them for 1 lap. So.
Dude, my favorite thing about Radioactive was the whole night they talked to Austin Dillon. All you heard was number 8.
Yeah. It's fucked up. You got to race your teammate like that. But
8's out. 8's in.
I unlocked a Mustang and busted a fucking Ford Mustang. That thing's nice. I only get to drive it when a high level guy's the criminal though.
Like 23 or something?
Yeah. It's past that. It's like 24, 25.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. You gotta watch Friday Night SmackDown.
Oh, fuck off. Only for Zelina Vegas segment, and then I'll turn it off. You guys remember that time Stephanie McMahon compared her father getting in trouble for a steroid scandal to 9/11?
I think I seen my favorite thing the other day was when Stone Cold and Mike Tyson.
Sheldon Creed continues to lead here at Darlington.
What about the time Mike Tyson fucked up and called him Cold Stone? He did. He called him Cold Stone.
Our favorite
Colton.
Because we still have 10 championship contenders, but I think Nemechek and Creed
He's too far back,
themselves as the
but he's going to get to third here. Friesen's got to third place. He's not going to have the time to get them. And Creed's driving away from Nemechek now. Went from like 3/10 to 7.
Being my friendly little wager with Todd about this 52 truck's getting interesting, man, since the laps clicked down. Maybe get there.
Yeah, do you think he's got time? 13.
Like I said, he might get there with 1 to go if they're racing hard.
3 seconds back. 3.5 seconds back.
That's a lot for this place. Your tires are dead after like 8 laps here.
two drivers. He's chasing Creed and Nemechek.
He has got a good truck. As you see, the other guys, you can see on our Toyota last night pit.
The sadistic part of me would like to see a yellow.
So great adjustments, great race so far for Creed.
Creed's making good time.
Everybody's coming right set of time. And the Stewart's got all the track position now because of that split stop. Those tires.
Yes. This is good.
We're at 11 to go.
But a deficit of almost 3.5 seconds.
He picked up 3/10 that lap, but it's not going to be enough. But he is a lot faster.
It's going to be tough over the final 10 laps.
Yes, it is. It's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be fun.
I hope Nemechek does the smart thing and just lets him go if he gets to him. Let him go and let him get to Creed and then see what happens. Damn, Nemechek's over a second behind Creed.
Now he's just falling off of those older tires. He's not in a horrible
Remember, all race long at the end of the run, Creed's barely able to keep the truck from spinning out.
I think he might be pushing too hard. He might.
And Friesen picked up another 3 or 4 tenths that lap
Well, that's for sure.
with 10 to go.
He's a second and a half
For this
behind
race, still
Philip.
in Lupton, and at 18, he had a right front cut.
Well, I'm not going to get $10 today.
For the most part, out of contention, he's 4 laps down.
I want to see that.
Chandler
He's going to get there.
had an impressive run today.
This reminds me of Chase at Watkins Glen. He's going to get there.
Final stage, but he has been fast.
Barring disaster.
You really like to take advantage of those fast trucks. He looked like he could win this darn race, and now he's still laboring.
He ain't passed Nemechek yet, but he gained a lot in the last 2 laps.
It's Creed and Nemechek out front, and Creed leads this race by almost a second and a half.
Come on, Deegan. Block him.
Cut down underneath.
Ooh.
Nemechek
Oh, there's Nemechek.
coming in tow.
Friesen right
Haley Deegan helped him out that lap a little bit. Every little bit helps.
With 8 to go, but Stuart Friesen continues to stalk.
What's the deficit now, Todd?
Yeah, he's
He
got
is
it
flying
now,
right now.
for sure.
I think he might have been safe.
Get this draft off the corner here.
Probably get to John Hunter.
Oh, he's going to get to John Hunter. He's going to do away with John Hunter. What happens after
Out of the way, 41.
Everybody wants
There's only one.
I'm just enthralled watching Friesen run them down.
Friesen wants a caution. Right?
Sheldon Creed just now got around Deegan.
Friesen is
7 to go.
We got to move out of the way.
Yeah.
cut into it.
Well, that was just to try to stay on the lead lap. Now you might as well move out of the way.
Now approaching a second and a half.
That's such a great feeling, too, when you have a truck that's handling well.
I said he's going to get there with like 1 to go, maybe.
And you can see them getting bigger in your windshield.
One thing I've noticed, Michael,
What were Friesen's odds, Michael? I don't think they were good.
a little different line for Stewart's for 1 and 2.
I don't think he had good odds.
Right in the middle of the rail, a little sideways there, but he's running right in the middle of the racetrack, and his truck is straight.
6 to go.
Guy's got the back of the trucks hanging out.
If he can make quick work of Nemechek, he can get there with 1 to go.
I don't think he's going to make it to 3. I think it's going to be like
Been
a
a long
Larson
time
Truex
for Stuart
thing.
Friesen, a 39.
Yeah, it really looked like Larson was going to run his ass down.
The driver of the 52. Won in Phoenix in 2019, November of 2019.
Haley Deegan
Most
really
recently
brought
won
him in
twice that
close.
year. There's one in Eldora,
Stumped him.
and he is about to get John Hunter Nemechek for second. And
With the ass end of Nemechek off of 4 there. You could read everything on the side of Nemechek's truck when he came off of 4 that time.
Passes Nemechek and Creed spins.
Those Goodyear tires don't like that.
That was another 3 tenths he gained on Creed that lap. He still ain't past Nemechek, but he's still closing.
They heat up. It takes a few
Here we go. He's going to get Nemechek into 3 right here. Nope, Nemechek's going to pull down for this lap truck.
Getting sideways, so it's going to get a little tougher here.
race day coming up
He's in that dirty air, and that lap truck ain't helping.
follows, so they'll get you
That might be the difference there to win Creed the race. Maybe.
race later this afternoon.
Under a second, 4 to go.
About him getting there with 10 to go than I do with 4 to go.
Yeah, you'd like to get there a little sooner, wouldn't you?
To lead less than a second.
He's going to lose his truck.
Oh!
About a
damn lap truck just killed Friesen. He pulled out of Nemechek's way, but ended up getting in front. That won the race. It's over now. Oh. We got a flat tire on the 56. Come on, put it out. Put it out.
He can't make it around the
He ain't going to make it back. You're right. He's dropping shit. 3 to go. No caution. A lap truck won Creed the race if they don't throw a yellow here. Damn, they're really not going to throw it. You bastards. Oh. That damn 30 truck held Friesen up for 2 laps. Cost him a chance. He had a shot to win this if that didn't happen. Nope. That 30 truck. Danny Bond fucking cost Friesen a shot at the win. And now he's overdriving it and he can't stay with Nemechek. 2 to go. Well, Creed's going to go back-to-back at Darlington and in the playoffs.
And he won the playoff opener a couple of weeks ago at Gateway. He has, as you see, won 3 of the last 4 Truck Series playoff races, and inclusive of that was the championship race.
1 to go.
Last year at Phoenix.
It's a wrap.
Now he is 1 lap away from doing it again.
Parker Kligerman's going to get a top 5. Damn, Nemechek gained a little bit that time. It's just too late. He gained 3/10 there. What's he going to get off of 2? Anything? Oh, my God. He's actually closing. He's not close enough to do it. He's going to have to get a massive run off of 4 to have any chance. Not enough. Well, Sheldon Creed wins. If it wasn't for Danny Bond, Stuart Friesen would have been right there. Good for Creed, but I'm pissed off about that lap truck. All right, y'all, because we want to go take advantage of the fucking free time I have before the Cup race, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. So, yeah, Sheldon